Okay. Hope everybody's doing all right. It's uh it's Friday night and you know what that means. It's time. And hey, what wait, bye. Wait, wait. I just started. Why'd you say bye for? Hmm. Anyway, great to see Brandon and I or I think you meant to say hi, but you said bye, I guess. Hey, what's up, Mr. P? I'm sorry I took you out. I honestly thought you were gone for good, but I'm happy that you're here. But I just didn't know that you were still watching, so that's on me, my friend. But but I did put you on. But I did put you back, and you ended up on a different team than where you were. But I'm happy to say that you're back. So that much I can say. But all right. I know. Well, I did stream in 7 8 months. I just didn't stream MLB. That's the thing. But okay, fair enough. It's just well, there were other games I was doing. But nonetheless, though, I'm happy that you're here. Really, I am. Also, hey, what's up, Patty? Great to see Patty on the show. Do I need to make him again? I already did off camera. I actually already did that, and as such, he's now well. Mr. P is now on the Cubs again, and of course I had to take out somebody who I hadn't seen in a while. So I was like, all right, I'll just replace you with that person, or that person with you, I should say. But no, I already did that, and I now have you on the Cubs. Now I'm not sure if that's your favorite team or not, but that's where I have you at currently. Not sure if you're into any other sports, but I do have your character back. Is where I'm trying to get at. Okay. And also, oh, I appreciate. Oh, I'm sorry, you already said it. My bad. There we go. I was just setting up my pop out chat and all that stuff. All right, now I just need to let those who are in this first game, uh, New York and Oakland, know that needs your service. Well, I'm pretty sure the Chicago Cubs will appreciate it. I do. And although I am very sad about the A's leaving Oakland, I really am because it's like they were there for over 50 years and then they just left, which is very sad. Oh, and also Brandon Cuevas, you're actually on the show, pun intended, as you are up next. Yeah, definitely at that time. All right, so I'm just gonna let Leo and Sly Cooper and Sean Sanders and Adrian know that they're up first. So that's the only thing. Well, anyway, I've already said that. Yeah, but they left because of their owner. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Well, we're talking like 21, somewhere around there. But no, like of course the Orioles got better in terms of record and talent, but of course they still have yet to put it together for a sustained run. So that much I will say. And this is a good time to go get some snacks and stuff like that. Okay. And then Sly Cooper. Let me get him. Yeah, because the owner wanted a brand new stadium, and that the stadium that they did have was running on its last legs. And to be fair, that's what they were doing. That's what it was. Hey, what's up, Tenu? But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's sad. I mean that they left, but I mean I get why. It's just sad that it came down to it. That's all I'm saying. And hello to Tenu if I hadn't said hello. Huh. Wait, so Oakland has two teams? Well, whatever alternate timeline you have, I'm like, if there's a time machine to undo certain things, though I'm not at liberty to talk about those, rather than getting the A's. Oh, so it's a much completely different timeline. Okay, but again, it's not for me to say. Unfallen Angel? Who's this? Oh, Frostbite. Anyway. Oh yeah, and then finally Sean Sanders and Adrian. So I mean, well, that's awesome, man. I mean, of course, all these name changes, like, I mean, of course, I don't know that it's you until you say it, but not that I disapprove of it. It's just, well, it's hard to keep up with some of the changes, you know. All right, and then a play on words, but still. And then, oh yeah, and then Sean Sanders. Okay. All right, one more person, and then we'll start. Just looking between here and Triple Beach Show. That was hey, that's awesome, man. And hey, how's it going there, Dakota? I will be doing a different game, which will be what is it? The first ever Mario Party, Super Mario Party that released for the Switch. I'll be doing that as that was Cherry's birthday stream wish there. Wait, you'll join join what? Triple Beach Show? By all means, definitely. I will say that Triple Beat can always use, or not always use, but he always does look for new talent, is what I was trying to say. I can't talk. Or did you mean tomorrow's stream? I didn't even know you had a Switch, or if you do have a Switch. Nintendo Switch 1. Oh, a Mets fan. Oh, you mean on the roster for the MLB series. I I completely misunderstood you, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'll put you back on the list, and I'll find a spot for you. And especially after I switch over to the next newest game for the show. So this will be the last time you see the show 21 as it stands. So, all right, now that I got the people that I need to get, let's get to it. I apologize for the time I was taking. I was just trying to let them know that the game was about to start. I didn't want to like start and then be like, well, hey, TJ, why didn't you tell me this? So that's why. But yeah, it's so. I mean, even looking at this, it's like, what a way to go out. But yeah, it was back in '66. But yeah, I remember what it used to look like before they added Mount Davis to it. And while it was good for football games, it just wasn't good when it was only for baseball, which is what it was. Clear skies, okay. But anyway, we have Leo Angel starting for the Yankees, but also for the but then of course you have Brandon Cuevas and before I forget, Sly Cooper as a relief pitcher. Oh yeah, that's right. Especially with
MLB The Show is your home.
Oh, so you're saying by the 2027 season or before that, there'll be new teams?
The New York Yankees and the Oakland A's.
Wow, and even with the playoff game, they still tarped off the top.
Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. The postseason is officially in full
Because I remember,
swing.
like, before they tarped it all off, it was like the place to be, and now it's like. Anyway, when is the draft? Wait, what draft? For NFL? I've noticed a lot of people have asked about that, and I'm like, okay, with enough, with enough, not demand, but enough interest, I might decide to schedule the draft then. Oh, for NFL. Okay, see, I wasn't sure though. Although that is cool that the Expos are coming back. That much I actually do approve of. Oh, okay, so for the NFL. Let me take a look at my schedule. All right, so the earliest I can do it for as early as Saturday or Sunday. I'll just have to once I decide which day.
What do we need to know here, Danny?
Now I'm not sure if there's any wrestling events or if there's any sports events that are going on May 10th or 11th, because this weekend's already booked. That much I will say.
Now at the plate here is
but
he'll get us started in this one under the lights.
But I can schedule it for the next weekend, the draft at least.
First pitch
I just hope that. And speaking of the draft, I do have. Let's see. Well, I have 8 currently. So if anyone is interested in being an owner, the of course the expectation is that you're going to be there, of course.
And here's a ball hit in the air.
And look at this huge foul ground. It's about as big as the polo grounds back in the day. Well, you were a GM, but then you gave it up to LD, remember? But if you want to be reinstated as a GM, let me know. One person that I had was Ultra Spicy Bro, but then, of course, he got released, so now I have to put somebody else in there.
He wasn't able to do it to start the game. Let's see if he makes the adjustment.
Anyway, whoa, and that was a hit? I was so busy looking at my list, I didn't even see that it was a hit. Wow. All right, so we have a runner at first, no outs. But all that said, Joker, if you want to be reinstated, I can put you where Ultra Spicy Bro was as the owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or give you a different team altogether. Or reinstate you as general manager of the Giants. Just let me know. All right, well, here's the lineup once again. Of course, coming up next is Brandon Cuevas. Give it to Leo? Well, of course, Leo has to be there. I mean, I can't just, well.
Can't be given 4 to 6 inches off the inside half, or he's going to have a field day.
Or actually, when you say give it, do you mean the Giants or the Buccaneers?
First chance for him here with a runner at first.
Just want to clarify here. All right, so 1-0 is the count. And a big pop-up. And a catch by primetime Sean Sanders. Whichever one. Well, I guess I can. Let's see. I'll give you back the Giants since that was your original team.
Hey, that's a good sinker right there.
There we go. Gotcha. There, and then I guess I'll have to take over the Buccaneers, or unless somebody else wants them. Anyway, they get the out at second, and that's it.
So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on.
And I forgot to mention the Athletics. Well, we'll look at their lineup in just a moment. But Sanders, of course, is playing right field.
Leo Angel gets the call in hostile territory.
And speaking of Leo, there he is. Oh.
Hey,
well,
you don't see a lot of guys that have
all right.
5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's
LD.
hard to master even 2 or 3.
Then in that case, I'll just give you the Buccaneers since we need somebody over there. Even if it's just for 1 year. There we go. Just so that pick doesn't go to waste there. All right. All right, you got it. And a hit to second. 1 down. So, of course, you have Sean Sanders at right field, shortstop, Adrian Champley, and then, of course, you have your boy Toad as the designated hitter. So, just wanted to give you the lineup and the positions there. But yeah, Joker, bro, how do you feel about your bro being in this and starting pitcher?
Manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
But yeah, your brother is on the mound right now.
It's 1-1.
Swing and a miss.
1 out, nobody on. Yeah. 1 and 2 now as that's in there at the knees. Here's the pitch. And a fastball.
Another swing and a miss. Well, Leo is off to a strong start.
And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at the big picture here. There you see the participants in this year's playoffs.
So of course we get to see the 2 and 3 seeds in this particular instance.
For him, and 2 gone here in the first.
Oh, anyway, here is Sean Sanders going head-to-head with Leo Angel. Let's see how he does.
Hey, they say solos won't kill us, but I gotta believe this guy's looking to do exactly that.
Okay. Brandon, all right, not a problem. Hey, thank you so much there, Brandon, or Spike Ryan.
2-0 now to the Oakland right fielder.
Appreciate it, man.
Here's a
And he
pop-up now.
popped it up.
LeMahieu is there for it. And
Nice catch.
the inning.
All right, a 1-2-3 inning for
A's are gone in order.
the
Still
Yankees.
no score.
And at the end, it is 0. At the end of 1, it is 0-0. 1 hit.
All set for the start
But
of the
now
inning.
it's time to all rise
American League Rookie of the Year, Big Aaron Judge.
for Aaron Judge. Of course, this man needs no introduction.
First pitch of the AV on its way. Cutter runs outside, ball 1. Just missing here.
All right, so 2-0 already after those 2 pitches.
This one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
You know, this is one of the guys behind the dish, Freddie Ferguson, Dan, that the rookies are going to have a tough time with. If you've played in the league for a little bit, you understand that he's got his own zone.
You touched on it, D-Roll. I think he rewards the veteran players, not only pitchers, but position players. He makes the younger players, he makes them earn their keep.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1.
2-1 is the count. Now make it 3-1.
Goes to 3-1.
They know the threat
I
this guy
imagine,
poses at the plate. I know it's a
Chris
3-1
Bassett
in this
knows full
situation
well
right here, but I cannot
one bad
believe
pitch is
for
all
the
it takes
life of me
is-
this pitch
is
gonna
for the
come
judge.
anywhere near the middle of the zone.
Here's the 3-1.
To hit a home run.
And that misses for ball
Well,
4.
it
So it's
well
a leadoff
manages
walk
to
to start
walk
the
him
second.
instead, which might be a better idea than to pitch to him straight up.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Luke Voigt.
Up next, Luke Voigt. And welcome back there,
First
Patty.
pitch on its way.
Or as Joker calls you, Crazy Patty.
The 1-0. Liner to
And he hits it, and that might go for a double, and that will advance, or actually no, not a double, but it does advance
Start off the inning.
Judge to third, so you have runners on the corners. It's creative. Wow. Not that long ago you were singing his praises, and now he's a
That
dictator,
brings up the big
apparently.
bat of Joey Gallo.
Although I will say he has dropped the ball considerably.
And there are runners at the corners.
But he better figure it out. Otherwise, people are going to tune out, and he'll have to take notice on that. Also, hey, what's up, Cherry? I do look forward to tomorrow's stream, though.
Turned on that one.
But I did see that you were playing with
Put that in a memory bank.
with Triforce Hunter.
Breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
They really bunch him
Oh,
up
I'm
on
sorry
defensive
about that, Joshua,
swings
but
and
this was
misses
really
for
the only
first
time I
down.
had available, so. But you can always watch the stream on the replay, Joshua. But at least I know that you're interested, so.
He's set. Here it comes. As he gets a
Swing and a miss.
curveball here to start the at-bat. It's strike 1.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin to win if he starts looking
But yeah,
for it in
definitely
there.
has to step up his game
The 0-1
before,
delivery.
you know, any more damage is done.
With that one, a swing and a miss.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love
Imagine
to
if he was
ground
on
ball. Strike
Gatekeepers. Oh, man. There's a chance that he still could have gotten lucky. or his bot would have been, but in most other games, not so much luck.
A ball and 2 strikes.
But that's neither here nor there, as we're here to play MLB The Show, and we're not here to play Jamboree. I mean, I appreciate the conversation, but I want to keep the conversation on the show.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Hicks now.
All right,
But I will say that I did have a good time watching the show, or Triforce Hunters stream earlier before I started streaming myself. I can't talk.
For the punch out and the offering.
Swing and a miss. All right. Well, that's another strikeout for Bassett.
Well, their chances of pushing across the run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs instead of 1. Basically, you need a hit, or you need to get lucky with a wild pitch or a pass ball.
All right. Well, up next is Odor,
Lifetime in this matchup, just a 1 for 9.
and he looks so different without his beard, especially when he's with New York. But I still can't believe you. But I mean, it was still crazy the fact that you didn't get a home run. Like, you were so strong to hit it out. I was like, oh yeah, I definitely need to make a short of that. But I hope you enjoyed that little short there. All right, so 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss. Now the crowd's starting to get in. Now the crowd into it right now. Fouls it off.
Well, just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. The set and the 1-2.
And very low on the strike zone, but still enough to get a strikeout. But as far as Coin Hollow is concerned, better luck for him for the next show. On a side note.
So now here is number 6. He's ready for his first debut here in this one.
All right, so here is my good friend Adrian Chambly. Plus Ultra Adrian is his YouTube name.
Set and the pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a symptom of just corporate America, which, you know, not all of it's bad, but it's like it kind of has a knockoff effect of it. But then again, what do I know? It's not like I'm in the boardroom that knows, and it's not like I'm in the boardroom, so it's not like I know what goes on behind the scenes other than what is reported.
Here comes the 1-2.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Yeah, but I mean, really, who doesn't? But who doesn't roll low numbers, especially in games like Monopoly? But again, I want to put the focus on the game. I don't want to take anything away. Well, the show 21 is what I mean. But still, not to be mean, I'm just trying to keep the focus on the show. And he hits it far, but not far enough. 1 down.
For the first out.
All right, boys, let's take a look at how the
Well,
Yankees
here
set
is
up
the
on
outfield.
And
Of course, you have Brandon Cuevas at catcher.
Figure it out at 21. Some guys figure it out at 30. Some guys never figure it out. Aaron Hicks is one of those guys who's come into his own. He's dynamic on both sides of the plate from an offensive
And up
standpoint,
next
and
is
has an
your
absolute
boy,
advantage
TJ Toad,
in the outfield to go
going
along
head-to-head with Leo.
And he fouls
So
this
let's
one
see if
off.
I can do something about it. Yep, there I am right there. I got the glasses. I got all the equipment I need. Yes, that's me.
Now the 0-1.
Ball one.
Not to toot my own horn, though.
1-1.
Fouled away.
Fouled away, so now it's 1-2. But nonetheless, though,
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row.
but I will acknowledge, though, that, you know, well, whether it is Switch himself or whether it's Triforce or even myself, sometimes I get bad rolls too, so I'll leave it at that.
He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom.
Anyway, up next it's Matt Olson. 2 outs.
Now the
Bottom of the second.
Ball, that's too high.
Too high. Not that often. Yeah, I mean, it happens.
They get him off balance there.
Like-
He reaches for that one, but can't find it. It's 2-1.
I mean, this offense has gotten some ugly
But it is what it
swings
is,
off
though.
early. This pitcher is
I mean-
on point right now. He is mixing and
That's a
matching,
ball.
and
Of course.
everything's working.
3 balls.
Let's see what they
one
throw.
It's a lot
Olsen on
different
a
rolling with
3-1
2
count.
dice than just 1. So there's always the chance of getting bad rolls. So
And that one's taken
Anyway,
outside
Matt
for a
Olson
ball.
gets
They
a
him.
walk.
So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
You know,
And
it
that's
takes
gonna
a
put him
lot
on
of distance
first
to watch a pitch
for
like
free.
that go by, but on a 3-1 count, he had the luxury of being a little bit more selective up there. Good take and a walk is the result.
all right, so 2 down and
Two gone. And up next,
and the and a runner at first. But yeah, whenever you get bad rolls, it's always good to have a mushroom or the double dice or triple dice if you get those from that game. But back to this game here, a low pitch and a ball. And the first pitch was too low. The next pitch was a little too high and a little too close. One thing that Leo's going to have to do is make the pitches that he does pitch
Gutsy pitch right
count.
there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
I mean, it's going to come down to who is most effective with, you know, the least amount of pitches, so to speak.
All even now, 2-2.
But also how, you know, their fellow offense will do when they get up to bat. Which, back to, and you know, speaking of bats, Cherry, aside from your appearance on the show, MLB The Show, I want, have you ever played baseball or softball, even if it was just for fun? Oh, the DK. Oh, I'll have to watch that again because I missed that. I missed it because I had to go drive. I had to drive back to home, so I missed that part though. But in fact, I guess I can extend that question to the people in the chat. Like, if you've ever played baseball or softball, even if it was just for fun, because I certainly did. I remember I used to play a lot more when I was little.
Oh man, I think this walk
I just chose the coolest sounding one. What's that?
With a man in scoring position.
And back-to-back walks, so now we have runners at first and second. And if Kanha can get a hit here, then Oakland will strike first blood. Or strike first.
Here's the first pitch to him. And that misses inside 1-0.
34 pitches for him through an inning.
Not actual blood, though. It's more of a saying rather than
but it's a lot
literal.
higher than he'd like.
But they will strike first if they can get a hit here.
The set and the 1-0.
And in fact, he does get a hit. That might just drive one. It does drive one, and Oakland scores first. That was a double. Holy Toledo.
He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
All right, up next is Sean Murphy. Obviously no relation to Eddie Murphy. Swing and a miss. One strike.
He's got a chance to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position.
Another swing and a miss, 0-2.
You know, this isn't a ballpark that yields a lot of runs, so when you've got a chance like this to put some early runs on the board, it becomes really important to do so.
0-2 is the count. Swing and a miss. Well, that leaves two runners at base, but Mark Canha came through and got him one run for the Athletics, so it's 1-0 Oakland after 2 innings. Now it's time for the 3rd inning. These baseball games are scheduled for 9 innings unless it goes into extras, and that only happens when after 9 it is tied.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence.
And really, baseball's the only game where you can't really run out the clock because, well, what clock? There's no clock. Although there is a pitch clock, but that wasn't introduced until later season. So, hey, what's up, Jamar? How you doing, man? How you doing, bro? Ooh, a little too high though. Doing pretty good? Hey, man, how's it going?
And he fouls this one off.
And if I remember correctly, Jamar, I have you on the. I have you in the next game as part of the doubleheader, so you're going to be in game 2, my friend. So if you like, you can stick around or come back a little later. But you are in this. But you are in the next game, though. Good night, everyone. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming in, Tenu.
So the next to bat, Gio Urshela, 0 for 1 for him here in this.
Of course. Oh, now I forgot what I was going to say.
Here's the first offering. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. And
oh, nice catch.
Play out there, and there are 2 away now.
How do I make a berry a chocolate?
And now, Brandon, here in the early
good question. What is? How do you do that? Well, anyway, up next is Brandon Cuevas, who's 0 for 1 so far.
Hey, I hope that call
by adding CAD in front of the name. Oh, CAD. Oh, okay, I get it now. Although my favorite kind of chocolate eggs are the Reese's ones. Those are my favorite. But Cadbury's awesome. I do have those from time to time when, you know, Easter.
Liner in there for a base hit.
What? That was called fair. I thought it was foul.
Not in time.
And a double for Cuevas.
He manages to squeak it just inside the right field line.
Look at that.
Line drive double.
Oh, okay, so it did stay in. Wow. That was a perfectly placed hit. Good enough for a double. That's incredible.
Stanton now.
And Stanton with a huge hit. This could be, I believe. It's out. It's gone. Stanton with a 2-run home run, and the Yankees take the lead 2-1.
2-run homer off the bat of
wow.
Stanton, and the Yankees take the lead.
What a power shot that was, folks. That was a gold one, Cherry. Thank you for making me laugh. Okay. Oh, you said, oh, I think you meant to say good. I'm sorry. I thought you
much
said
money,
gold.
And
My
there's
bad.
your answer. The great ones find a way to rise to the occasion in the postseason.
Look at that.
And he did right there.
Oh, wow. Right. Just over the fence.
Here's big Aaron Judge.
And Judge pops it up. But even with all that infield space, or outfield, or foul ball space, or even with all that space, it still goes foul. I couldn't talk.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
0-1. Well, now make it 0-2.
But it's going to be a foul ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Another one sent foul. This is flared out towards second.
Okay. I have big fingers on a small keypad on my phone. All right, not a problem. Not a problem. I make I make mistakes too.
The inning courtesy of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the third coming up. 2-1 New York.
Yeah, there's that 2-run home run that put the Yankees back on top. And if this is just the start of a high-scoring game, if that's the kind of game you like, you came to the right place. But yeah, Cherry, I still remember that 2-run home run that you did. I'm like, Cherry, how did you hit the ball so hard and so far? All right, Starling Marte's up next. So now we're back to Leo Angel, and now Leo now has the lead to work with.
She'll take a changeup here for strike one.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Pulled high in the air.
And
out to
whoa.
left field. Left fielder is on the move.
Wow, nice running catch. That a little bit further, and that would have been out, but unfortunately, it stays in. Tony Kemp is up next.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
All right, strike one.
The second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Ripped down the first.
Ooh, good hit,
line.
but goes foul.
This will get foul for strike 2. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts.
Swing and a miss.
Out number 2.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2, and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done.
Well, now it looks like Leo has settled down, and Joker, I know for a fact that and you've dealt with this, you know, given your brothers, but usually when Leo is at the top of his game, he's very hard to stop. And that's just in general. And if that's the case, Oakland's going to be in a little bit of trouble. So they got to find a way to either get some hits on him or drive up the pitch count if they're going to have any chance.
And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1.
All right, so a pitch in the low inside corner for a strike. 1-1 is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike for those who don't know.
Pitch on the way.
Now make it 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So for those who don't know, 4 balls and you take a free base, which is first base. 3 strikes and you're out. And that's an out.
Great pitch there, and the inning is over.
All right, well, Leo Angel gets him down 1-2-3. And at the end of 3, it is 2-1 New York Yankees.
Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already. And he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. New inning set to get underway. And here comes the first baseman.
All right, so here comes Luke Voigt, who got a single in the second. Let's see how he does against Bassett the second time around, or if Bassett has made any adjustments.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. As the first pitch to him is in there.
So, I mean, of course, Bassett and
is a prolific power hitter, and you probably didn't need me
Bassett's
to
up to 46 pitches.
What kind of pitching he faces, there's a lot of pop in that bat.
Yeah, this guy
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
And you could close your eyes during batting practice and know exactly who's hitting the baseball in the cage.
A little bit
1
off
and
the
2.
outside, it's 1 and 2. Try to get him fishing
And a little bit outside. Going to have to bring it in a little bit.
Skied in the air to
Well, he does contact. He does hit it, but he hits it a little too high. 1 down.
It away for round number 1. So 1 down, no one aboard, and that'll bring up Joey Gallo. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
Ball in.
Oh, there's the shift. A good chunk of the players have moved towards the right of the infield, as they are anticipating a pull, which is where the right-hander or the lefty hits to the right.
4th inning of a 2-1 ball game. Counts even.
And
2-2 to Joey Gallo.
A little too low and a little too inside. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Chris Bassett. 4 strikeouts.
Next, here is Aaron Hicks. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is off the corner and low. Ball 1. Ball and a strike.
All right, 1-1 is the count so far. I mean, for Oakland, the one thing they got to do is keep it close. But that when they're on offense, they got to be patient, come up with some timely hits, and they'll be back in it.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get.
All right, so 1-2 is the count.
The 1-2. And the cutter
Swing and a miss.
swinging. Strike 3, and the side is
Strike 3,
1,
out
2,
3.
Go the Bombers. They lead it 2-1.
Now to the bottom of the 4th.
Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked to manager Bob Melvin during the break about his thoughts on the A's hitters to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Yes, they've only scored 1 run, but he said they've done a great job of forcing the pitch count up, and he thinks that's going to lead to more offense for them as this game goes on.
Thank you, Heidi. Now to bat, number 6 comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
All right, so up next is Adrian Chambly. Let's see if he can get a hit here. Well, he fouls it off, though. Hey, what's up, Mr. Wolf? I haven't seen you in a while, but it's good to see you. How's everything going there, Mr. Wolf?
Now here's the pitch.
A little too inside and a little too high. 1-1.
Easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
The 1-1.
Now Leo is approaching 50 pitches. Now it's 50 right now. So the pitch count for both him and Chris Bassett are are close relative to where they are in this game. And he hits it. Is it going to drop? It does drop. I thought for sure it was going to get caught, but no, it dropped. So a base hit for my good friend for Chambly, Adrian Chambly. But now, man, how's everything going there, Mr. Wolf? Up next is your boy, Toad.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Up top, it's 2-0.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
The 2-0 on the way. Drilled down the line.
And wow, what a clutch hit I came up with down the line. And that's going to give me a double. So, well, now Oakland is threatening to tie, if not go ahead with a big base hit. Wow. Look at that hit.
And now they've got runners on second and third. We'll see if they can cash them in.
Came up with a big one. Hooray for me. Not to toot my own horn, though. But it will all be for nothing if Matt Olson can't get us in. I imagine you've been busy with work or school or something. I mean, either way, like, it's understandable because I know that, like, even though I've been busy with work, if I was busy with school, I probably wouldn't even be doing this. So, understandable.
The 1-0. Fouled away.
Fouled away. 1-1.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
1-2.
Second strike.
A little high. Now it's 2-2.
Intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
All right, 2-2 is the count.
2-2. Looked at for ball 3.
Well, I think this is
I mean, of course, a walk would only just load the bases. So, of course, Olson just looking for a pitch to hit, but also protecting. And he does just that as it goes foul. 3-2 still.
The next 3-2. Hit down the line.
And he hits it, but it's foul.
So they'll do it again. 3-2.
The fans here in Oakland getting to see the last stand, and it goes over the glove, and that's going to score 2. Well, they get the out at second, but the damage is done. And Oakland, in its final appearance, scored 2 runs and have regained the lead at 3-2. Now they have a chance to add to it, and if you're the Yankees, you got to stop it right here before it gets any worse. Hey, Luis, what's up, man? Just doing some baseball, man. What's up, man? Blue Toad Baseball. I'm doing pretty well. I mean, had a slow week, but it was a good change of pace, considering how busy I had been for a while in terms of, you know, at work and stuff like that. But I'm doing pretty well, man. Oh, popped it up. And Cuevas. Well, with all that space, good play there by Cuevas to make the play. 2 down. I mean, I thank you for that. Not sure if you're a baseball fan, but if you are, came to the right place, my friend.
first pitch on its way. As he'll get caught chasing a bad one.
Swing and a miss.
Strike one.
Of course, Kanha is 1 for 1 with an RBI.
Right there, and it's quickly
0-2 is the count now.
Maybe simplify the game plan right here. Get on the heater, even though he has 5 weapons to go to.
Swing and a miss. Well, they get the third out, but the damage is done as Oakland regains the lead. I can't talk. They regain the lead 3-2 at the end of 4. 4 down, 5 to go. Yep, so close. Not sure if you're, like I said, I'm not sure if you're a fan of baseball, but if you are, let me know and I'll put you on the wait list. In terms of, putting you on the roster of created players, as in I make a character of you and then you get to play. If you're interested, if not, that's all right. Anyway, Odor is up next, 0 for 1.
Swing and a miss on the sinker with ball and a strike.
Meanwhile, Bassett comes in. I mean, he entered with 60 pitches already. Now he's up to 63.
You know, what I'm seeing here is a reluctance to throw the fastball. It's like he feels he can't throw the ball right by him right now.
Fouls it away, 2-2.
To send him packing for the second time. Hit in the air down the
Ooh,
right
good hit,
line.
but it goes foul.
But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Oh well. Wait, what do you mean by oh well?
And a good sinker
Well,
there gets him swinging for the first down.
well, that's an out for a strikeout for Chris Bassett. One down.
Even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Textbook sinker.
That was a good sinking pitch, though, by Chris Bassett. DJ LeMahieu's up now. It's because I do it and it makes me difficult sometimes. Not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, six strikeouts for Bassett. That is pretty impressive.
Wind up and the 0-1. And that misses 1-1.
But though it is still a close game. And a hit. Nope. Nice play though by, I believe that was Chambly.
And now in the box, Gio Urshela, 0 for 2. He's flown out twice.
Yeah, that was Adrian Chambly who made a play at second base. Nice play by him. Do you really like baseball or not? You know, I do. It's not my absolute favorite sport, but it's right up there. And plus, it was a sport that I actually got to play when I was younger, or rather softball. It's equivalent. Ooh, good hit, but he hit it right to the first baseman, and that's already the third out. But no. To answer your question, I played softball when I was little. And it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I focused on my studies, and of course, I have a job that reflects it. So I have an office job, but yeah, when I was little, I did play baseball, and I had a lot of fun with it.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
Yeah, that was Tony Kemp. First baseman was Matt Olson. Right now, Leo is at 71 pitches.
Fouled off.
Fouls it away. And then we go from Mr. Wolf to Blizzard da Wolf. I wonder if Blizzard likes baseball or if he likes other sports. I don't know. Of course, I don't know everything about Blizzard the Wolf, but what I do know is that Blizzard loves to play Jamboree. Actually, he likes playing Mario Party as much as I know, as far as I know. And we have strikeout onto Murphy, and Murphy's out. Oh, you like the Dodgers? See, I didn't know that.
Next will be Starling Marte.
Hang on a moment.
He goes after a fastball that might have been out of the zone.
Let me go back to my...
0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
Have you ever wanted to, what is it, be a player in this game? And by that I mean, like, I have created players in addition to the people that already come with the game. Oh, I saw that. I saw the promo that you did. I saw the response that Sly Cooper did. I thought those were awesome. And I'm like, I should definitely make that a Blue Toad Mania match for Blue Toad Wrestling, which is the wrestling series that I do and have done for the best part of 15 years.
The 1-2 pitch.
And fouls it away. Still 1-2. But no, I did not know that you like the Dodgers. I mean, but then again, the Dodgers are, I want to say that, like, I want to say they're right up there with the Cardinals for most championships by any team not named the Yankees. Of course, the Yankees have 27 world championships, which, of course, is frankly insane, but...
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Hicks is under.
But no, the Dodgers have won their fair share of championships, and in fact, they've won, if I'm not mistaken, 2 championships in a 5-year span. So of course the Dodgers are championship material, especially most recently.
Here's the first pitch to him. He'll take a look at
but no, I did see those videos, Jose. Tony Camp 1-0 so far.
The 1-0. A swing and a miss. Strike
Well, now
one.
make it 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay.
Lifted
Fouls it
down
off.
line and left. But no one
Oh,
gets to this
almost
one
hit
as it
those
lands
guys.
to the home bullpen, a foul ball.
And
This one up.
whoa! Whoa, and a miss! Oh my gosh, what kind of... Wow, that was a... I mean, number one, that was an error. That was definitely an error on the shortstop, but let's take a look at that. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the first baseman who did that. My bad. But even still... Oh, no, wait. That was not the first baseman's error, or was it? I could be wrong. But in any case, that was an error. So now Oakland has a runner at second.
It's 0-1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
And Leo's got to be careful.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch.
1-1.
But so does the team. They can't afford to make too many errors here. I mean, you could be a very talented team, but if you don't, if you make too many errors, obviously, even an average team can win a game or two, thanks to errors. In fact, errors are kind of like the one thing that can keep a good team from being great. And that's going to drop for a double. And then Emma says, hi, Jose. Well, Sean Sanders comes up with a double. In fact, he hits it where where nobody was at. So that was good enough for a double and an RBI, a run batted in. And up next is Chambly once again.
At the plate now, number 6.
And he hits it, but he hits it right to the right fielder, and I believe that's Giancarlo Stanton. But unfortunately,
But the A's get
for
a run
the
on
Yankees,
this
that is,
RBI double. 5 innings complete. It's now
an
4-2
error and then
Oakland.
a double from Sanders gives the Athletics one more run to work with. So now it's 4-2 in favor of Oakland in what is their last stand, or for the Athletics in their last stand in Oakland.
Doubled his last time up.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe
And
once
a
in
pop-up
game,
by
once a
Brandon
game,
Cuevas.
once a
One
game.
and done, he's down.
Capitalized on it last time.
And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
A one-pitch out, that's always a pitcher's best friend.
The designated hitter.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, it was Aaron Judge, my bad.
RBIs already.
Thank you for correcting me, Brandon. Brandon is a more qualified expert than myself, so that should tell you.
Getting a fastball in during this sequence.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1 and 2.
Hey, every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down.
All right.
To start the 6th inning.
I was just answering a DM, and as that happens, Chris Bassett gets his 7th strikeout.
The Yankees 6th, and that'll bring up the big bat of Aaron Judge. Here's the first pitch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone.
Yeah, that looked like an auto take right there, just trying to measure up this pitcher's stuff.
Aw, Emma. All right, so 0-1, make it 0-2 now.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Well, that's on the cards tentatively.
Strikes now to Aaron Judge.
The rematch for the championship.
This is foul right side.
I mean, there's still the chance that it could end up with.
They draw even at 2 and 2.
I mean, there's still the chance that we could see
4-2 ball game.
the House go up against the DWO. But then again, who knows what we're going to wind up with.
Grounder hit hard down
But
the first
whether
base
that
line.
happens or whether
Foul, so they'll do it again. 3 and 2.
it ends up with Jose and Sly, that's definitely a Blue Toad Mania worthy match.
Step on the bag himself, and the inning is over.
All right, so Matt Olson makes the play himself,
They trail it here 4-2.
and the score is still 4-2. But up next, your boy Toad is up first.
Number 63 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching.
Now pitching for the New York Yankees, number 63.
Digging in, the switch hitter.
Lucas, I can't even pronounce this young man's name.
1 for 2 to this point.
Yeah, they have, like, the Four Kings and the tag team titles. There were times I thought they were done. Like, there were times I thought they were going to get beat, and yet somehow they find a way to win. But that just goes to show how great of a champions they are, and I have to think that whoever can beat them, either for the Four Kings or the tag team titles or both of them, let Gee.
Swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Let Gee.
Man, it's
Let
a pitcher
Gee.
you have to love
Let Gee.
pitching 0-2 multiple ways, up, down, in and out. Throw the breaking ball,
Not
find
necessarily.
different ways to get guys out.
I mean, unless you want to count the WWE World Heavyweight Championship as a World Championship, then yeah, technically that is true. That is technically true. Although, to be fair, I mean, Sly has won World Championships in other feds. Not just the ones that, you know, I'm associated with, or that other people are associated with, that are part of Blue Toad Wrestling. But just in general, you know, because, as you know, the Mario Brothers, who doesn't have the Mario Brothers as part of their company? Well, in that case, yeah, then in that case, Sly has not won that championship yet. Anyway, a nice move there by Luke Voigt to make the play himself. One down at my expense. But up next is Matt Olson.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
I'll tell you what, if Lucas Letke, if Letke can tighten things up and keep it scoreless, then the Yankees will still have a chance to win. But they can ill afford to give up any further runs at this point.
That's ball one. And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up.
And of course, one of those guys in the bullpen is Clay Holmes. Definitely watch out for that guy.
The 1-1 home is offered at
swing and a miss. 1-2.
Hey, I can't have one of my best left-handed power bats fishing for balls off the plate.
Although that time he hits it down the middle. Very good hit. One down, or not? Yeah, one down with a runner at first, and that man is Matt Olson.
I stand right along that fence, but one thing that gets me jacked up is watching guys grind down in the count and drive base hits the other way.
In now, Jed Lowry. As he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball one. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Rolled slowly down.
Ooh, good hit, but goes foul.
Foul ball, 1-1.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Another good hit, but still foul.
Olson, base runner at first with 1 out.
Too low.
In the dirt here, but it
2-2.
won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Look out.
Too high and almost hit him.
It's full 3-2.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball 4 anyways.
All right, full count. Fouls it away, still 3-2.
Check the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here.
But yeah, it's time for the game ones. Oh, Jose, I wanted to let you know something. Since you're here, and since wait, where is it? Where did I put the? Oh, okay, here they are. Jose, I had something. I got a question for you, my friend.
Hit in the air down the right field line. Judge is on
And
his
ooh,
horse.
almost hit the catcher there with that foul ball.
Inside the visitors' bullpen. Hit on the ground to third.
And he hits it right to third, and they get the double play. Hey, what's up, Primetime? By the way, Primetime, you're in this game, my friend. You're in this game, and you are on the Athletics, the team in green.
So here is Luke Voigt. He'll lead it off here as we begin in number 7.
And of course, Chris Bassett is still in the game at 85 pitches.
This game can still turn quickly. A leadoff runner on
But
base
yeah,
right
you're
here
on
could be
the
huge to
Oakland
get something
Athletics, and you are playing right field.
As he'll go after
Yes, right field. You are on.
See some action in the A's bullpen now. It's both the left-hander
And so far, you have an RBI double to your name. And as it stands, it's 4-2 New York. Or I'm sorry, 4-2 Oakland. My mistake. Apparently, I'm drunk. No, not really. Ooh, good hit, but fouled away. Yep, right field.
Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball.
And, oh, this could be out of here. Luke Voigt. It's out of here. Luke Voigt gets his first home run of the postseason. When math isn't mathing. What? Well, when in doubt, Cherry, do math. Or focus on mathematics, rather. But look at this. And he does just what you did, Cherry, and that's hit it out. 460 feet. Look at this.
460 feet. That's big boy territory.
Got power and speed. Well, right now, Luke Voigt showing us the power. Well, I guess I could be drunk on life, but sometimes I could be a little punch drunk, or you know, Patty. I'm pretty sure when you were in a job and you work so hard and so long, you tend to like. Sometimes like you work so long, or you work for long hours. It's like you forget. Wait, how am I supposed to say this? So you just get bogged down with work. Sometimes your words don't come out as well as they should. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not sure how it is with, because this
well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last.
You got me on that, Cherry. But right now it's 3-4 or 4-3 in favor of Oakland. Well, they do get the strikeout. That's 8 strikeouts for Chris Bassett.
And that was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out, a strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Well, it looks like Chris Bassett is going to call it a game. And hello to Seek and Destroy. I've seen you a couple of times. It's good to see you, man. How you doing, bro?
On to pitch here with 1 man gone in the top of the 7th.
Yes, me. Yusmero Petit. Yusmero Petit. Okay, Petit is his name. Okay. It's a YouTube short I found. Oh. Anyway, Petit is
so now to the plate, Aaron Hicks
is going to have to play for this inning, if not 2 innings, before they can get to their closer. Yeah. Say his name and he appears. And I got to say, Adrian, you're doing pretty well, man. And I haven't I got to catch up with your stuff or catch one of your streams, man. I do feel bad that I haven't caught it with you, but nonetheless, though, it's great to see you, man. Although I will say that you know, Joe Hendry at WrestleMania was the definite highlight, or one of the highlights of that show. I just wish it was booked better, or or rather, what's the word? That the build-up was better, and that the execution was better. But that's all I will say. And you know, yeah, that's right. Your internet has Yeah, I know that you had something to do. I had some. It had something to do with your internet, but I'm hopeful that that is in the past. Yeah, like I said, Joe Hendry being there was awesome. I just wished there were more moments like that. But yeah, a definite highlight was Joe Hendry, and the fact that he was the defending total nonstop action wrestling champion to ever show at a WrestleMania. That's something that would have never happened if Vince was still in charge.
Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up. And this is going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, it was mid. It wasn't terrible. I mean, obviously it's not like WrestleMania 27. Well, actually not 27. 27 had one great match, but then it wasn't like WrestleMania 9 or WrestleMania 32 or 11.
He's done a good job of that, and that's really big when you're hitting towards the bottom of the order.
Or what's another bad one?
Full count for Odor, 3 balls.
Those are just some of the worst manias, really.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters. So you can't
oh, and 34. I mean, 34 had like a few good matches, or rather, it had one great match, but then everything else was just there. Oh yeah, WrestleMania 25. Although that one had the greatest match, and that's Undertaker Shawn Michaels won.
On the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the.
Yeah, I wish that if anything, I wish that the match had lasted longer. Although, unless they're going to do a storyline with Randy Orton challenging for the Total Nonstop Action Wrestling title, I really hope he puts over Joe Hendry. That's all I will say. Yeah, 13 was awful, but it had one great match, and that was Bret Austin. In fact, that match is on the WWE Vault channel, which I finally got to watch it myself, and I'm like, wow, it really was as good as it said. And I had to suspend my disbelief because I had to remember that. I had to zone in on like what the story was at the time, and that match was awesome. Back to this game. I don't want to take up too much take too much away here. No, but I mean someone has to lose prime time, but yeah, some people have to do the job, brother, but only if the time is right. Only if the time is right. Anyway, 3 and 2 is the count. Fouls it off, but too little too far away there. But yeah, Adrian, you're on the Oakland Athletics. I don't know if that's your favorite team, but as that happens, we now have 2 runners, and we have a runner at first and second with 2 down. Sergio Romo's up next, and I do remember him from his days in San Francisco. I mean, of course, he was instrumental during the dynasty years of the San Francisco Giants. In fact, I remember where I was when the Giants won their 3rd in 5 years. I remember I was at college, and you know, I was at the school's what was it, the Round Table Pizza. Trick Williams is now after Hendry. Oh, great. But yeah, no, I remember Sergio Romo. He was awesome, though. Oh, so it was a last-minute decision, so it's not like they planned it out. I did not know that. So you're telling me that that was a last-minute decision? I mean, it was a great last-minute decision. I just wish that you know, it was better, not just booked, but also better built. It was, but yeah, like you said, it was mid. It wasn't bad, but it could have been a lot better, is what I was going to say.
3-1 here. You have to make a good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. KO was supposed to take on Orton, but then he got hurt. Yeah, I mean, of course, that one was kind of out of Triple H's hands. But like I said, it could have been better built than that. Now, obviously, I'll give, you know, Randy Orton a pass just because KO got hurt at the worst possible time and they didn't have much a new challenger. So I'll let that one slide. But most of the other matches, I'm like, come on, man. There had to have been a lot more meat on the bone than what we got. So, but I will say that Joe Hendry was awesome. So I give him that. 7th inning stretch, 4-3, Oakland, and the Athletics are performing what is their last stand. I still have to, you know, one of these days I gotta make a little trip to, I believe it's called Sutter Health Park, which is the park that the Athletics are using for their brief time in Sacramento. Yeah, and especially the main event between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Outside of the heel turn, I'm like, what happened to the story?
Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Hicks is under it, makes the play, 1 away.
But still. Anyway, 1 down.
Digging in next, Sean Murphy. He went down on strikes last
So far, Sean Murphy has gone down twice. Let's see if he has better luck against, I can't pronounce this young man's name, but Jonathan.
Ready with the first pitch.
Yeah, because it's like, it's like he half-assed it. Like, yeah, he was there for the heel turn, but where was his involvement, though? Yeah, I mean, those were 2 former NWA World Champions, but sadly we never got to see them in their prime when they were active wrestlers, because I honestly would have thought that would have been a great match had they been able to wrestle long before that. Loizaga. Okay, Loizaga. So Loizaga, let's see if he has better luck against Loizaga, does Sean Murphy. Although so far he's up to 3-0. We'll now make it 3-1.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out.
But man, it was just a shitty build, and the execution was just as crap. Now, I mean, I will say that the matches were good. It was just, come on. You got to put more meat on the bone if you want people to eat. And I'll just leave it at that. It's an awful answer. Yeah, well, I imagine that it was
That's the 3rd time
just
in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but
it was just
his guys are ahead.
Honduras native as a relief pitcher. Oh, okay.
Here's Starling Marte. He'll take a look at the pitch too low. It's ball
You're going to go shopping tomorrow and you have to get up early? All right, not a problem there, Spike Ryan. Not a problem there, Spike.
Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. And he dives.
And a dive but missed. Anyway. Well, you were going to be on the second game, but you could always watch the replay. I won't spoil it for you, my friend.
And he popped him up. Odor has a play, and he's got it.
Well, Odor pops it up, and that's the end of the 7th. At the end of 7, it is still 4-3 Oakland. All right, not a problem there, Mr. Cornwell or Spike Ryan. Yeah, I was sad for the amount of releases. Like, no worries there, Brandon. like I said, if you have to, you do what you got to do. I'm not going to hold you to that. But you could always watch the replay. So you could always, like, skip to where you were and then go from there. So it's all good. And he hits it, and that was, oh! I mean, they try to get him out at first, but that's going to result in a base hit. Okay. Well, got to give credit to Brandon Cuevas. He didn't give up, and he actually made a base hit single. So yeah, Cuevas, you made it, man. Of course, Giancarlo Stanton is 1 for 3 with that 2-run home run in the third. Yes, your game is actually after this one.
Quick check on that time run at first.
Right now, they're going to try to keep Brandon Cuevas from stealing a base.
And again, a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on it.
All right.
Another throw over, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily.
All right, not a problem there, Mr. Spike Ryan. Uh-oh. And a stolen base by Brandon Cuevas. Brandon Cuevas, number 60, got a stolen base. Of course, Brandon's not known for stealing bases, but that was a really good steal.
When he had the chance. Nice job of base running there.
So now the Yankees have a runner in scoring position at second. A well-placed hit can tie this game up.
And he'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Hit the other way out.
And it's hit the other way. Sean Sanders gets the catch, and they're going to tag up. So Brandon makes it to third.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. Head-to-head numbers against Sergio Romo. He's gone 2 for 6. First offering. Ball 1. Both teams with 6 hits so far.
Yep, closer to tying the game up. Let's see if Aaron Judge can do it. Well, they get the out at first, and it was hit so hard that Cuevas couldn't make it, or Cuevas couldn't attempt to even try to tie the game. If he did, he probably would have gotten thrown out. So Brandon had to stay where he was. Well, anyway, Trevor Rosenthal is in. 2 down, and Brandon Cuevas at third. Yeah, infield did a great job preventing you from scoring a run. Fouls it away. 0-1. Fouled away again.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Ready on 0-2. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, and they'll have to throw him out. They do. So they keep it a 1-run lead, and the Athletics will have one more chance to add to that lead before we get to the top of the ninth.
Wandy Peralta is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Now Peralta gonna look to keep it a 1-run game. But up first is Tony Kemp.
And now the first pitch. And that misses, ball 1.
And, ooh, good hit. but he hits it right to the center fielder. One down.
Next to hit, Sean Sanders as the switch hitter.
All right, number 3 in the batting lineup is Sean Sanders, who's 1 for 3 with a double, an RBI double.
First pitch on its way. Good bite to the slider, and he takes
All right, let's see
strike
what primetime Sean Sanders does right here. Well, you can make that a single. He's at first.
You'll only see about 10 of these pitches a year. The changeup on a tee in the middle of the plate.
It's a Rollis Chapman, if you know why. Oh, yeah, he's got a fast. He's got a flame ball, as in he throws a very, very fast fastball.
Into the box now, number 6.
Oh, wait a minute. And a base stolen by, of course, primetime Sean Sanders.
One-run game, so that's a little risky. But hey, sometimes you have to be aggressive.
So a base hit and then a stolen base, and now you have Adrian Chambley himself at bat.
The 1-0.
All right, 2-0 is the count. So if you're Chambley, you would love to get an RBI right here. He hits it the other way, but doesn't get much else out of that. Yeah, 105 miles per hour. Yeah, that's really fast. Well, now it's up to me. It's up to your boy, TJ Toad. All right, well, let's see if I can get the job done.
Trying to keep the deficit right where it is, the pitch. So look at a changeup
Okay.
below the knees for ball 1.
Fouls it away.
Around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. And he lays off this one down and in for ball 2. Lofted in the air out toward right
And
Odor.
hit a little too hard and a little too high. Well, it's going to remain 4-3. So we now go to the top of the 9th. And for the Yankees, it's very simple. They have to score 1 run just to keep this game going. If they can score 1 run or more, then we will go to the bottom of the 9th. Anything short of that, and Oakland will win Game 1 in a best-of-3. The Sheriff, Andrew Chapin, or Chaffin. So it's going to be up to Chaffin to close it out. Let's see if he does it. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
After that off-balance swing right there, you find yourself down 0-2 and wishing you were back on deck with the donut on your bat, visualizing hitting a home run.
1-2.
He might be trying to set him up here 1-2.
Swing and a miss. 1 down. 4 strikeouts, man. That's rough. To go up at bat 4 times and strike out all 4 times, that's... Oh.
It's always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
He's set. Here it comes. Fouled away.
Fouls it away.
Bases are empty. 1 man out. Fouled off.
Fouled off.
Hit high and deep.
Oh, now
to left.
hit high,
It's Terrier.
but is it gonna? It doesn't go far enough.
Makes the catch.
2 down and 1 to go. So it all comes down to Odor. And as I mentioned before, he looks so different without that beard. Because I'm so used to him in, back in Texas with the Texas Rangers. But, bro, he looks so different without the facial hair. It's not even funny.
One-run game here in the top
But anyway,
of the ninth.
0-1 is the count.
And this is
Fouls it off.
Foul
0-2.
right back off the catcher's mask, and that cannot be a pleasant feeling.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking.
The Yankees, good night.
And, well,
And that's just what you're
you can put a
supposed to
pen
do
on
in
it
the postseason,
because Oakland
especially
wins
when you have
Game
home
1
field advantage. Take care of your business
and are
you
now
have
one
fun
win
when you
away
have fans.
from winning
Well
the
done in Game
series.
1.
But Game 2 is going to be in New York, so we'll see if they can win on the road. But tonight, the Oakland Athletics remain in Oakland for the time being.
A tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim one-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score.
Yeah, there you see Sanders, 15, Chambly, number 6.
Oakland A's win the opener here in the division series. Chris Bassett is the winning pitcher of record. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan
Great job,
Pruitt,
fellas.
Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Yes, good game. And despite some of those home runs by the Yankees, it was not enough as they fall short by 1 run. And the Athletics hold on. So we'll find out what adjustments the Yankees will make by the time we get to Game 2 in New York. But that's just the first game in our doubleheader. Of course, player of the game is Chris Bassett. Some notable players you have. No, wait, not the game. I'm at the box score here. A young Reggie Jackson. See, I got 1 hit. Chambly got two hits, and then yeah, Sanders got 2 hits, and Chambly had 1 hit, but still, that's incredible. Oh, and a stolen base by Sanders, too. Can't forget that. Incredible. But now we move on to our next game. And our second game is going to feature the... Hopefully we'll get the graphic up on the screen here. It's going to feature Chicago and Colorado. And in fact, that game is up next. So what I'm going to do is... Yeah, let me view the... There we go. So I'm just going to let the players on each team know that they're up next. Now, of course, I know that Spike Ryan had to go to bed. And then I'm not sure if Mr. P is in the chat, but if he is, you're up next, bro. And then, of course, Najee is the starting pitcher, so I'm going to let him know really quickly. So this is a good chance to, go get some snacks and stuff like that. Okay, so Mr. P, you're up next, my friend, as part of the Cubs. Okay, and then same thing with the... I'm not sure if Jamar is still in the chat, though. Yeah, of course, with Colorado... Well, actually, it's not in Colorado. It's at Chicago for the first game, though. Okay, let me just let Jamar know. Thankfully, I have a way to contact him, so I can just contact him that way. Okay. And then same thing with Mike Wasson and Carol Parks. No, I don't think I have. I might have to look it up. I might have to see it on TV or something like that. Sure, but just know I don't have I don't have Twitter anymore. My Twitter account got hacked, and even before then I wasn't using it. Okay. Mm, that might be true. That might be true. Oh yeah, that's right. Carol Parks. Oh, on PSN. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. If you have me, I think you do have me on PSN. So yeah, you can send it to me. Okay. Okay. And hello to Autism Carol. Well, Carol, you are on the Colorado Rockies, or you ended up with the Colorado Rockies. And all right, not a problem there, Adrian. All right, now it's time to start. Now we can start. All right, let's get to it. And yes, it's Wrigley Field. Although I think they changed their. No, wait, they didn't change their name. The 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 ballpark. I mean, no, I don't think they did. Okay. Yeah, Wrigley Field is the second oldest, behind, of course, Fenway Park. Clear skies. Okay. Presentation. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So if we have our good friend Najee as the starting pitcher for the Cubs. Of course, on the lineup you have Mike Wasson, Jamar as 2 and 3, and then of course you have Carol Parks at 5, Spike Ryan hitting third, and then of course Mr. P hitting in the cleanup position. But they needed somebody in cleanup, and Mr. P was the guy for the job.
Show is your home for postseason baseball.
Yeah, I got to see it. Like, I saw the picture of it. Of course, only I saw it because, well, you know how when you stream, it only the person streaming can see it. So that's all that happened. But no, I saw it. I saw it.
Postseason coverage of baseball on the show. The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch.
Okay, cool. And whoa, he went right through the wall. Look at that. All right, we're about to start the second of our doubleheader. I do apologize for the wait between this and the last baseball stream.
Well, Matt, the first thing we're going to find out is how well
In
this
no
guy
small
pitches
part
with
due
little
to
speed.
the commitments I had to
can't
do,
imagine that you're going to be the next day starting pitcher the
and
night before.
basically my
This is a
busy
young
schedule
guy
when it came
making his
to
first
my
start.
job,
Listen,
which
you can only make
is
your
always a
debut
drag,
one
but
time, so
I'm
there
just
has to be
thankful that I
lots
finally
going
had
on
the
in this
time to
guy's
do it,
mind.
so
Hopefully he can settle
that
down
much
early
I
and
am
his
very,
bonus
very
may be
grateful
a win.
for.
Ready now is Raimel Tapia, and we are set for
All right, so
baseball
Raimel
here
Tapia
this
is going to
evening.
start off,
And we are underway
and
from Wrigley.
game underway.
First pitch of the night is taken for ball one.
Well, for the Cubs to win, obviously, you know, Najee's going to have to go a long way, and if he can do that, the Cubs will have every chance to win. Is ranked 3?
A swing and a drive
Like,
sent out toward the gap.
in what way?
Racing
Whoa.
back, the right fielder,
Well,
and just short
it goes
of a
off the
home run.
wall,
This ball's off the
but it
wall.
does drop, so a double to start off with for Tapia.
Now that is the way you want to start a game on the road. He comes out swinging and stands at second as the first base runner of the night. Now we'll see if his teammates
Wow, what a
can
hit.
come up and if they can punch first.
Good hit there by Tapia. So already a runner at second, and up next is Mike Watson.
Stepping in now, number
Now
19.
So we're going to find out if Mike Watson can get the better of Najee.
Great chance to drive in a run here in the early
Yeah, you got
going.
to win. Yep, the Cubs have to win with their defense and pitching, and then come up with enough runs to support that. But that's what it will take for them to win.
Popped up.
And another hit that falls in.
Boy, this is
So
just
back-to-back hits.
A really good hitter, finding a way, even though that was a soft liner, finding a way to get hits.
Yeah, he usually hits rockets and catches the barrel, but even his soft liners fall. Dan, he has a knack for keeping his bat in his zone and giving himself a chance much longer than the average ball.
Into the box, number 86.
All right, well, up next is Jamar Games. Oh, in terms of being a home run city, yeah. Ooh, swing and a miss. Of course, Jamar does have championship experience as he was part of the Season 3 champion, Milwaukee Brewers. Yes, the Brewers did win a World Series in Season 3. This is Season 4. All right, so 1 and 2 is the count.
Still 1 and 2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
2 and 2.
Number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2 ball, 2 strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
None out. Runners at first and second.
And hits it foul. Yeah, he's got the speed and the pop. He just has to put it in fair territory, though.
2-2 one more time. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3 and 2.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
3-2 pitch. And he loses him on a breaking
Well,
ball.
that's a walk.
I'll tell you, he's looked.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamar, I give him credit. He was very patient to where he was able to get on base for free on a walk rather than get a hit.
So runners in scoring
But
position,
now
and
you have
Trevor Story looking to put them ahead early
the man
this
with the
at-bat.
story, Trevor Story. And it's a real shame that Colorado, you know, they had this guy, but they just couldn't build the team around him. And then by the time they started doing that, it was like, well, that ship had already sailed, sadly. In fact, they have had several talented players, but
First delivery to him.
outside of like 2007, they really haven't been able to
Pitcher on the mound has
you know, build on the superstars they would have from time to time.
I believe he's willing to trade 2 outs for a run.
Oh, he's got real pop, does Story. That is true.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
0-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty. Hey, you know what, Bureau? This Ed Drummond, he's a good umpire. Fair umpire, good ball and strike umpire. Pretty much straight down the road.
That's all you look for, Dan. Just be consistent. I don't care if you're given 2 to 3 inches off the outside corner, but you can't do it on the inside.
Swing and a miss, and Trevor Story.
And stay consistent with it. No player will have a gripe with you.
Well, his story is done. Well, for the time being. Well, first strikeout, or first out period, was a strikeout to, of all people, Trevor Story. Of course, now a double play will get him out of a jam. But up next is Carroll Parks.
And a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard.
Oh, yeah, I remember Todd Helton. I also remember Larry Walker. Hey, welcome back, Adrian.
1-1.
I wonder, how do you feel after winning the first game?
Great pitch in that situation.
I'll let you think about that, but welcome back, my friend.
More than likely, he's hitting into a double play.
Outside, 2-1.
Hey, it often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Feels great. 2 more to go. Well, it's a best of 3, so I'll just say you only need 1 win, or Oakland needs 1 more win in order to go to the championship series, or the league championship series, rather. Excuse me.
Swing and a ball hit to the left side, and this is going to wind up a souvenir.
Because the other semifinal is between the White Sox and the and the former Cleveland Indians.
Number 64 ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
All right, a pop-up by Carroll Parks. Anyway, here's the lineup, though. No, it's not a best of 5. It's a best of 3. And the reason for that is very simple. Games are long enough as it is, so the last thing I want to do is try to drag it out, you know.
Watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that.
Like, if the innings were, like, 3 innings or something like that, or if the games were 3 innings, then, yeah, I probably would do a best of 5, but unfortunately, it doesn't let you pick the number of innings, so it goes by the standard 9, so it's like, okay, I got to make them shorter then, so. All right, cool. All right, bases loaded, and then you have the illegitimate son of Vince McMahon, Ryan McMahon, swing and a miss.
Hey, guys, that fastball just registered 97 miles an hour. On a night like tonight,
I mean, for Colorado, this would be huge if they can get a big hit, but it would be just as huge for the Cubs to get out of this jam that they put themselves in. Now the payoff pitch. They got him! Wow! So even after loading the bases, Colorado couldn't get the job done, and for Najee, he had to really work for that to get out of the jam that he was in. And after 1/2 inning, it is still 0-0. But man, if you're Colorado, you have got to be kicking yourself in the head. And you have to be thinking, that might have been our best chance. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I got caught looking.
What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matt, we'll get a chance to look.
We have German Marquez.
And a great assortment of off-speed pitches. You'll know if Marquez is on early, you'll start seeing a lot of swings and misses. And if that's the case, expect him to stick around long in this one.
And pops it up. 1 down.
There, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Oh, here's the starting lineup, though.
On the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. What's the key for a home victory tonight, D-Row?
Matty, this is going to be a fun lineup for me to watch. I get fired up watching these guys because they all have a plan. It works for them. They follow the scouting reports. They grind it out in the video room. I'm interested to see what they've come up with.
In now, Matt Duffy, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. One out, nobody on.
And hits it right to Mike Wasson, and Mike Wasson gets the out at first to Carroll Parks, the first base player.
And with two away now, let's give you a look at the big picture here. There you see the
So of course the A's have the 1-0 lead. They just need one more win to advance to the ALCS. And of course they'll face off against the winner of Cleveland and the White Sox.
So in now for Chicago, Ryan. First cuts for him here with the bases open and two away.
And of course you have Spike Ryan, who we saw early in the show. Let's see what he does.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off.
A little too inside and a little too low. You love playing at Fenway and Yankee Stadium? Those are some good stadiums. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I could choose to go to any one stadium to watch a game, you know, that's a good question. If I had to choose based on the ambiance and how fun it is to go to a game and things like that, I probably would say.
Credit up there because this had the look of being a very quick inning. He's been able to stretch this at bat out a little bit, and that's something. He takes it to the opposite.
I probably would say Wrigley Field. And speaking of Wrigley Field, a home run by Spike Ryan. Yankee Stadium's also cool too. I'm not gonna lie, but if I had to choose, it would probably be Wrigley Field. Wow, I did not know that. I had no idea that. Spike Ryan had some swag. Look at the swag. And he actually did a wait, was that a people's elbow? I had no idea that Spike Ryan was going to do the people's elbow.
And there's your answer. The great ones find a way to rise to the occasion.
Wow, Spike Ryan puts the Cubs in the lead 1-0. Too much showboating? Well, you've heard the expression, it ain't bragging if you can back it up, and so far, Spike Ryan off to a great start as far as he is concerned.
Here's the 0-1.
All right, 0-2.
2 out, nobody on. Count remains at 0-2.
Still remains 0-2.
In under the hands with a
1-2.
It's 1-2.
Do that in that real game. Wait, what? Almost kind of a run-on sentence there. Or did you mean, like, do I know somebody who did that in a real game? Not that I know of.
That last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
Wait, did somebody get ejected for that?
Got him swinging, and that's the 3rd out.
Well, anyway, they get the 3rd out, but not before Spike Ryan
Cubs get a
does
run
the
here
damage
thanks to
right
this
here. Look.
Solo home run. 2nd inning coming up. It's now 1-0 Chicago. In now for Colorado, number 9, and he's ready to take his first cuts.
So we have a guy named Connor Joe. Oh, you mean so the pitcher took offense and then ended up hitting him with a pitch. Okay. Yeah, then in that case, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Oh, you couldn't sleep? Well, I don't know if you saw what happened there, Spike Ryan, but You might want to go back a little bit because, well, you had your first at bat. So. And is that a nope? That's a ball.
And if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're gonna go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
Yeah, definitely check out the last half inning though.
Set and the 2-1 pitch, and it's fouled away.
You surely won't be disappointed, and I mean that. No worries about that. I mean,
Full count.
not a problem. Spike Ryan, it's all good.
He might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
He's set. Here's the 3-2.
Swing and a miss. Well, after that first inning where he was in a bases loaded jam, Najee has his third strikeout and is continuing where he left off. I can't talk.
Sure that was ball 4 he went after.
Elias Diaz the next to hit. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Second inning here as the Cubs lead this one early 1-0.
All right, so 1 down, 0-1 is the count. We'll make it 1-1 now.
It's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 home is taken for ball 2. The 2-1 home. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play.
His Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens impression. I mean, those are two of the greatest pitchers ever. Except one of them is not in the Hall of Fame, and then the other is, of course, every bit as deserving to be in the Hall of Fame.
He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Sam Hilliard.
That was a strikeout.
Batter will be Sam Hilliard. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball.
All right, so 0-1 with 2 down.
On the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better.
So one isn't in the Hall of Fame, and the other never won a Cy Young award. That is true.
Well, we all know he can.
And that's very strange because while one of them won a Cy Young, that guy's not in the Hall of Fame.
It's tough to do like that.
That's just, it's so weird. And then of course you have a guy that's not in the Hall of Fame that has more hits than anybody.
Just a bit low, tough call, but it's 2-2.
Wow, that's
no prizes for guessing who I am referring to, but still.
Of a start that he's going to go very deep.
I mean, of course, Ty Cobb had the record, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
2-2
Well, not just the steroid era, but I mean, just the fact that they say Roger Clemens. Yeah, of course.
3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They trail this one 1-0.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, the guy with the most hits than anybody is Pete Rose, and he still is not in the Hall of Fame.
So now to the plate, number 18.
And mainly for betting on baseball. Now, I'm not saying that what he did was right. I'm just saying that he was deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
So take a look at ball 1.
But aside from that, you know, it's like
1-1 the count to the Cubs' first baseman.
Looked like he was
But on the other hand,
see if he was going to come over the
back then,
plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to,
you know, rules were rules, and that's just unfortunate that it happened the way that it did. But on the other hand, I could see how allowing it would have. Yeah, I would imagine he should have been forgiven. But it's just sad though that it happened that it happened the way that it did. But on the other hand, like, had he been absolved of anything, it would have set it would have set a precedent that you can bet on baseball, which, well, what that should be is like, okay, you can't be in baseball on an active basis, but it shouldn't be charged against you by that point. But then again, it's a very touchy subject, so I can understand, you know, either side's point of view of whether he should have been forgiven and went into the Hall of Fame. But I could also see it the other way, that it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't happen and won't happen. But of course, I don't make all those decisions. But personally, I do think he should have been forgiven. So it is what it is.
Right-handed pitching like this, but there is some swing and miss in his game. Some would say it's a
all right. So bottom of the second, Cubs looking to add to the lead, and it is 1 down. 2-1 is the count.
Bottom line is, when he does put the ball in play, he changes the scoreboard.
Well, now make it 2-2.
2-2. Very weakly on the ground.
Fouled away.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fouled away. Here's another 2-2. A shot down the first
and
base.
Wow, nice hit, and it got past Carroll Parks.
Digging for second.
And that's going to result in a double. Nice hit.
Well, he was definitely not looking off speed on that pitch. I'll tell you, he had to be.
All right, well, here's another look at it. Hits it really hard and got it past Carroll Parks. So certainly not for the lack of trying on the part of Miss Parks. Yeah, that was a great hit. Full stop.
Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras. The fastball here is they'll take a look.
Well, we're getting close to Mr. P's first opportunity at bat, but he still got we still have 2 other hitters. This, you know, Contreras and 1 other before we get to Mr. P, the cleanup hitter.
This time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. High and deep.
Ooh, nice hit, but fouled away.
And that will end up a foul ball. Here comes the 1-2.
And ooh, nice pitch.
Some guys with big arms like this, they're just chuckers. They just throw the ball as hard as they can, and where it ends up isn't that big of a concern, but that wasn't the case there. That was a very well-pitched fastball right on the corner at the knees. Good luck hitting that one.
At the plate now, number 62. The first pitch to him is a changeup, but can't find the zone. It's ball 1. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. Here's the 1-0.
All right, there we go.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Yeah, triples are extremely rare, but they do happen from time to time. It depends on the park. And inside the park home runs, yeah. Well, I mean, not only do you have to have mad speed, you have to hit it in a place where, I mean, you have to hit it in such a way that the outfielders don't suspect it. And he hits it down the middle, and that's going to drop for a single. an RBI single, and now it's 2-0 Chicago Cubs.
Talking about picking your teammate up after that strikeout, big, and I mean big, 2-hard RBI single.
Yeah, way to come through for your team. When you take the donut off your bat right there, you're trying to pick up your teammate. He had the right game plan, didn't come outside.
All right, now it's time for Mr. P. First, oh yeah, another place I would have wanted to go to was the Giants, although unfortunately the way that San Francisco has gone over the last couple of years, I kind of was like, I don't want to go to the Giants home anymore.
The 0-1 delivery.
Ball one. One ball, one strike.
So then I thought, well, what's another place I'd like to go to? Well, there was a time I wanted to go to, what was it called?
Today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west.
Well, it's the ballpark for the Baltimore Orioles. I just forget the name of the ballpark. Although Dodger Stadium's also another place I'd like to go to, mainly because I have family there.
And another foul ball. A runner on first with 2 away.
And of course they have the Dodger dog because of course they do.
And he missed with this one up around the noggin. Now it's full.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball
All right,
in play.
so 3-2 is the count.
Good score all the way from first.
3-2 pitch. Full count still. He'll try it again, 3-2. Ground ball sent back up.
And another hit.
Scoops it up.
Well, they get the out at first, and that's enough to end the inning. But Nick Martini
2 hits in
knocks
the
in
inning,
another
leaving
run,
for
and it's
Chicago.
2-0 at the end of 2 innings. 2 down, 7 to go.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And striding into the
Oh,
plate.
Camden Yards, thank you. Yes, Camden Yards. You know, I remember when I was a kid, I got to see Camden Yards on television, and I'm like, oh man, I want to go there. Like I was a young kid at the time, and Camden Yards was fairly new back then. So when I saw Camden Yards, I'm like, wow, that's definitely a ballpark I want to go to. Of course, Camden Yards is a much different animal than it was for much of its existence. But yeah, when they had guys like Cal Ripken and some of those other guys. But then when he retired, it was like, for the most part, the Orioles were a joke. I mean, outside of maybe a few years where they were in the playoffs, sadly, they just could not get past the divisional round. Or even when they did, they just couldn't go to the World Series, really. And in fact, they haven't won the World Series since 1983. And that was before my time, really. What is the full meaning of SMP? Wait, SMP? Oh, it's Super Mario Party, Jerry. Popped it up.
Shading to his right, makes the play, 1 away.
Oh, I actually got it right. I thought that was a legitimate question. I didn't know it was a joke.
Stepping in next, number 19. He singled in his first AB.
Oh yeah, Eddie Murray. That's another great Baltimore Orioles legend. Can't forget Frank Robinson, especially during the Baltimore Orioles time in,
Lifted in the air out to right.
you know, in '66 and 1970.
Bryant back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and
3-time World Series champions. I mean, at least the Baltimore Orioles can say they've won a championship. There's still other teams that have never won a title at all. Yeah, Frank and Brooks Robinson.
Pitch of the game on its way.
Back outside.
Hey,
I believe Brooks was a third baseman, if I'm not mistaken, and then Frank was an outfielder. Anyway, 1-0 is the count. So right now it's back to Najee and Jamar going head-to-head. Now Jamar got the walk in the previous at-bat.
And this is taken for a cold strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now.
Okay, so he was a third baseman. Okay, but no, because I remember Brooks Robinson. He was incredible during the 1970 or was it the 60? Well, he was incredible during the 66 and the 1970 World Series, as well as all the seasons in between.
The base is empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
This is the fun guy to watch when he's out there, really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
Here now the 2-2.
And a little too low, and 3-2 is the count.
A good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Ooh, good hit, but foul.
It's well foul. He keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch
He didn't want to step on the crack? I don't know. Ooh, good hit, but it slices foul. Still 3-2. Dave Parker. Oh, wait. Dave Parker. The name sounds familiar. He was worried that a thwomp would squish him. Oh.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a
well, that's 2 walks for Jamar.
And good luck trying to stop him.
All right. Well, now you have Trevor Story. Let's see if he can redeem himself against Najee.
From the belt, kicks and deals. 2 out with a man at first. Now it's 2-0.
You thank your lucky stars when you
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dave Parker did play for the Pirates. Yes. Yeah, I do remember Dave Parker, though. Well, I wasn't there when he played, but I remember watching this series called Baseball Seasons. And the year was 1979. And he was with the We Are Family Pirates championship team.
You start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff.
By adding lays in front of it. Oh, I see. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your ace swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Throw over to first, and he'll dive back in safely. A runner on first with 2 away.
It's just too bad they didn't make any more baseball seasons episodes past the last year that they did it was back in was 2005, but they hadn't made any new ones since, but they really should. So you were 9 years old at the time? Wow.
Welcome back to the north side of Chicago, back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Thank you, Heidi. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Nico Horner flew out last time up.
Second baseman, Nico Horner.
First offering. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside.
All right, so Nico Horner back up 0 for 1 so far. Marquez up to 47, now make it 48 pitches, but wow, oh wait, I thought he had him. I thought they got him. But instead, the ball dropped from, wow, okay, so that was an error on Carroll Parks.
And it was.
And
He
sadly
just
for
didn't
her,
close the glove
she dropped
over
the
it,
ball,
and he's safely aboard as a result. Those are tough to
or
explain sometimes.
rather wasn't able to corral the ball in the pink glove. She likes pink, by the way. Well, now up next is Matt Duffy.
Standing in now, Matt Duffy, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. He's 0 for
All right, well,
1 after
the Cubs
grounding
now
out
have a
in his
runner
only
at
trip to
first.
the plate
Nobody out so far. How do you make Bowser Jr. an adult? Oh, a stolen base attempt, and they got him out.
Got him at second.
Wow, that's a
By
big
removing
time
Junior?
throw right there, and it's a tall
Okay, that's a
pass
little
to throw
obvious
in.
there. Yeah, that's true.
But he got rid of it quickly, and it was a good job down there applying the quick tag. They'll have to feel good about that one.
Top 10 best uniforms.
One out, nobody on.
That's a tough one. I would definitely put.
And he takes a called strike two.
I would put the Blue Jays, the Red Sox,
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Toward
the
line and
Cubs,
right. And that's in there.
the Athletics,
Well, you see that happen quite a bit at the big
the Dodgers. I would go with the Dodgers, and then 5 more teams.
Dan, you try and look for it to pop out above the pitcher's hand. That usually signifies that it's going to be something great. And that was actually a slide.
I would say the Montreal Expos.
Not only recognizing it,
Oh, wow!
trying to do too much.
And they'll find a way to dodge the
Well,
shrapnel out there to
a
make
broken
the play
bat,
for
but
round
it still
number two.
resulted in out.
Clearly enjoying their time here at the ballpark, as are we. We're back with more of Game 1 after this
Oh,
message
right.
and a word from our
The
local
St.
station.
Louis Cardinals. What other ones?
Leading off the inning, it'll be
I would say the
Cooking
Brewers,
Hearts.
and
They
then
could use a
I got
spark
3 more.
from him here. Now the first pitch. And looked inside, but that's ruled a strike. Nothing in one.
Then I would probably say the Royals, and then the Yankees.
It really gives you the ability to mess
And
with the
I forgot if I said the Orioles, but the Orioles would, or Baltimore would be up next.
Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole.
So those are my 10 best uniforms. And that's not a knock on the other 20 teams that I didn't mention.
Being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
Oh yeah, I do like the old school Astros.
Put him away. Here's the 0-2.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
All right, 1-2 is the count.
And this is
Swing and a miss. And Carroll Parks strikes out.
Same way he ended the third with a strikeout.
Well, ever since that first inning, Najee has settled down, and he's dialed up.
Big strikeout.
And if that's the
Keep that guy
case,
off
the
base
Rockies
path.
are in trouble.
To the plate now, Ryan McMahon. Popped him up.
And then, of course, the illegitimate son of Vince McMahon, Ryan McMahon, pops out in 1 pitch. 2 down. The mid-2000s Astros uniforms, yeah, those ones were really good.
Number 9. He's 0 for 1 thus
Those
far.
ones were really good, and I do remember their trip to the World Series in 2005.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
Up there.
And it was kind of funny that in back-to-back years, you had 2 teams that hadn't won a championship in over 80 some odd years,
Balls, no strikes. The count of the Rockies designated
in which they
hitter.
won back-to-back years. I mean, you had the 2004 Boston Red Sox. Yeah, that was before they cheated, of course. No, the 2004 Boston Red Sox and the 2005 White Sox, Chicago White Sox, and the Boston Red Sox.
Help himself, and it's ruled strike 2.
But no, those 2 teams in particular, like I remember where I was when, you know, when they finally ended their droughts, you know.
2-2. Here's a swing and a
I think it's a matter, as far as a baked version of Lay's chips,
is there to make the catch, and
I
the
think
shot
it really
is
just
retired.
comes down, Sherry, to the taste of some people, because some people love the baked version of Lay's chips. But I guess it's either part of their diet or it's part of their taste buds. Because I know, like, because I'm pretty sure there's some ice cream, and I know you like ice cream, but there's some ice cream that I just couldn't eat. Or, I mean, I can eat it, it's just not my favorite. Like, for example, mint. Like, mint is one of them.
Fouled off.
There's a few other flavors I'm trying to remember. But people have different people have different tastes.
Hit in the air down the left
Ooh,
field
good
line.
hit.
Giving chase
Is it going to fall?
Tapia.
No, it does
He
not.
makes the
One down.
catch. A great effort to get there and record the first down of the inning. Next, it'll be
Oh yeah,
number
Rocky Road.
18 comes into this
For some
at-bat
people
0
it's the
for 1
marshmallows. For other people it's the almonds or the walnuts.
Here comes the first pitch. Grounded
Okay,
slowly
so
to
Sonic
the
does
left
not like
side.
mint. All right, I'll remember that.
Throw to first.
But no, my favorite ice cream.
Already 2 away here in the home fourth.
That depends on where I get the ice cream at. Because there's Dairy Queen, and then there's this place called Handles. I don't have a Culver's, but if we're talking strictly ice cream,
That elevated fastball right there.
one of my favorites is French silk pie.
When I first came up, a lot
It's
of
called
guys
French
wanted
silk
to
pie
make
because,
that east to
well,
west.
Count now a ball and a strike.
because it has pie crust. It has, well, graham cracker pie crust. It has chocolate. It has
Into the windup and the pitch.
chocolate, and then what else? Well, chocolate chip, of course, but chocolate ice cream too. Oh yeah, cookie dough's awesome. I like cookie dough. Butter pecan, not my favorite, but it's good.
Catch to retire the side.
Chocolate chip, I definitely like that.
They're up 2-0.
So Sonic doesn't like mint. What is your favorite there, Sonic? Okay, so you don't have a favorite ice cream. Okay. Hey. And then some people don't even like ice cream at all, so it's all good. Banana pudding. That sounds good.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings.
You know,
specifically about
I've had banana.
to this point.
Well, I've never had
he's very
banana
pleased
as
with
an
the
ice cream
quality of their
flavor,
at-bats.
but
No, they have not scored yet.
but
They
I
have
did
been
have some
successful in
banana
running up the
splits
pitching
in my
count,
time.
something they feel will
Especially when I was a
eventually pay
kid,
dividends on the scoreboard
going
as the starter
to,
gets tired and they're forced
Dairy
to go to the
Queen.
bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
Oh, banana pudding sundae. Oh, that's good. And then Mr. P says he likes homemade banana pudding. That sounds good too.
Catcher Elias Diaz.
Oh, but definitely put some, what are they called? Nilla wafers. And maybe even make that the crust. Like the bottom part of the crust. Very good.
The first pitch to him. Now a
Chocolate
swing and a fly ball.
chocolate ice cream is also good. I like that.
Is over near the stands and
Coffee
makes the
ice
catch
cream.
for the first down.
The only coffee ice cream I've ever had was mocha.
Next to bat will be
It was okay.
0 for 1
Although
for him here
although
in
to be
this
fair,
one.
I was a child back then, so I was like, I'll pass. But maybe if I try it again, I might
On its
try
way
it.
is pitch number 75.
But no, Dairy Queen, when it comes to their blizzards, I definitely get Reese's. Definitely get that. Vanilla caramel fudge. Now that's really good.
Up 1-1. Hilliard, a native Texan. He was selected in the
Oh yeah, I
15th
like
round
waffles.
back
I
in the
mean,
2015
I
MLB
like
draft.
pancakes a little more, but waffles are definitely cool. I like that.
But to grind out the
I mean, we're so busy talking about food.
My hat's off to him.
Down low, 2 balls
The
and a
score is
strike.
still the same, 0-2. But no, I think I've only had mocha, or yeah, I think it was mocha,
Lifted down the line
chocolate
and
chip
left.
or something.
But this is just going to wind up being
And
a
you know,
foul
I might
ball.
actually try that, or at least sample it before I get it.
2-2.
Strawberry cheesequake blizzards. Oh, that sounds good. I got to try that too. But I'm pretty sure there's other ice cream places that have cheesecake in them, especially strawberry too.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2
Oh,
down to start the fifth.
And then for cherry or basically anybody, listening to this.
He just couldn't get the bat to the zone in time.
Another new favorite that I have
Maybe trying to
is
take it the other way,
the
but it got too deep and was by
is
him
the
by
cherry
time his
chocolate
barrel could
chunk
get in the correct position.
from Ben & Jerry's. Now, I don't get to go to Ben & Jerry's often. In fact, there's hardly any Ben & Jerry's where I live. But when I do get it, it's the cherry chocolate chunk, which is cherry ice cream with chocolate chips or chocolate chunks. Now, that's really good. And then I could say, oh, yeah, hey, cherry, have some cherry. Nah, just kidding. An ice cream store called Jackson. You know, I don't have an ice cream store like that. The closest thing to making it homemade in front of you is a place called Cold Stone. You never tried Dairy Queen before? I got to try Colorverse one day. But if you end up going into the West Coast, especially in California, even on vacation, Cherry, definitely try Dairy Queen, but I definitely want to try Colorverse at some point. But no, Cold Stone, I called it Stone Cold. No, Cold Stone is dope. And you want to know why it's dope? Because that's the bottom line. Because Cold Stone said so. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Nah, that's good. No, Cold Stone's awesome. I like that.
He knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
In fact, I even did a video where I stood in front of a Cold Stone and I said, and that's the bottom line because Cold Stone said so. Yes, I actually did do a video of it. Stone Cold ice cream would be great marketing. Yeah, have Stone Cold Steve Austin market for Cold Stone ice cream. Oh, they did? Oh, shit. I'm sorry if I said it, but Baskin Robbins? Yeah, Baskin Robbins, good.
Four-seam heater right down the middle. I would have thought he popped the clutch on that pitch.
I mean, I get it. I get that, you know, inflation is a thing, but I just... This is one of those things where it's like you hate it because you can't control any of it. Banana split at Baskin Robbins, yeah, that's also good too. I haven't had it. I haven't had a banana split there, but I imagine it sounds good. Sounds good. And look at the Bear Cub. Oh, his name is Clark. I never knew that. I did not know the name of the mascot's name was Clark. Ooh, good hit. Is it going to drop? Oh, it does drop, though. Anyway. You live on the other side of town, so so it costs to live and eat where I'm at. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. And I mean that. It's like... Like, I get it. You want to make money, but it's like... At some point, it just gets too much. And, well, they get the out at third with a stolen base attempt, though. Least favorite subject was, without question, English. Whereas, I know most people hate math, but math was my strongest.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen.
I mean, well, that's good for you, but I'm talking about the average Joe or the person that can barely afford it. But like I said, I understand you want to make money, but come on. Give us a break here. Anyway, that's the last of my soapbox there. History was your least favorite subject? Well, history wasn't my favorite. It certainly was the furthest thing from my least. It was kind of in the middle. Math was your favorite? Hey, primetime, you are the man. No, math was my favorite, yes. Mr. P also likes math. Hey, I can see why you'd be making that money, baby. But no, my least favorite was English because, well, I used to stink at writing, really. Like, of course, if you were to have me do a writing subject today or a homework today, I probably would be able to do it. But the problem was, you know, English was not my strongest, and it took so much effort out of me to be able to put something that was coherent, really. But nowadays, I might be more willing to write because at least I can put my thoughts together. Back then, my thoughts were so all over the place, I would rather have wanted to do something else than that. No, not Steiner math, but still. That sounds more like meth, if anything. Yes, I said it. Wait, you can actually grab a pen and write with both of your hands, or are you just ambidextrous or something? Uh-oh, that might go out! It is out! Nico Horner with a 2-run home run, and the Cubs are going off in Chicago, man. It's on the north side, though, because if you go to the south side, it's the ghetto. It's the ghetto! Oh, that's pretty cool there, Mr. P. 0-1 is the count.
It's been a little bit of a rough outing for this guy in this one so far. And one thing you can look at if you want to get really picky, less than 60% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
And it's fouled away. 0-2, here it comes. Way outside. 1-2. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the third strike, and the inning is over.
When I was playing with Baltimore, yeah.
2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strike.
But hey, but now you're in a better situation because like before with Baltimore, you just couldn't get anything going. But that was unfortunately the state of the team when this game came out. Now, I imagine the state of the team is much better in the next upcoming game. But at the time, yeah, Baltimore was in the pits. And I'm just saying that in an attempt to keep it PG, bro. Yeah, I remember. I barely remember Harry Carey. I remember I got to hear him for the first time in, I want to say it was 96, 97, and it was on WGN. That is until his unfortunate passing.
Now here's the first offering. He swings and grounds it to short.
All right, so Mike Watson hits it, and they get the out at first. 1 down. Right now, Najee is dominating this game. The only person that he hasn't been able to strike out is this man, Jamar Games. I don't even know if that's PG. No, I remember that one. That was funny.
Set with the 0-1. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
Inside and low, 2-1.
Boy, they've been just getting shut down right here. Been a while since they even had a runner on. So I think it's time to start looking for ways to make some things happen. Drop a bunt, get up on the plate, something.
Skied into straightaway right.
And Jamar
Ryan is there, 2 down.
pops out. 2 down now, as Jamar is now 0-1 with 2 walks. But now you have Trevor Story, and now the story with him is that can he get even a hit? As Najee, with a story of his own, having struck out Trevor Story. So the question is, can Trevor finish the story?
And now the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
2 out, nobody on. And that's high and away, and the count goes to 2-0.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Now the 2-0. Hit in the air down the right field line.
And it goes foul.
It's a foul ball.
Yeah, I give him credit for being loyal to the Angels organization, but they just could not. It's so frustrating with the Angels because they just could not build around Mike Trout. Mike Trout, great player, but it takes more than one great player, if not a generational player, like Mike Trout. Mike Trout can only do so much by himself before he really needs help, and they just have not been able to put a team around Mike Trout.
Number 62.
And for that, they have barely any playoff, appearances to show for it. And even when they were in the playoffs, they didn't stay very long. Anyway, here is Spike Ryan, who is 1 for 2 with a home run.
Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up.
But yeah, man, it's so frustrating with the Angels. It's like, can you guys even build around this one guy? And if you can't do it, then trade him away. Get something out of it. But the worst thing you could do is, hold on to him. And then he doesn't even re-sign with the team. And you pretty much then lose him for nothing. So, anyway, that's my little rant on the Angels there.
Now the pitch.
Yeah, they had him, and they let him go, and they... I mean, of course, it's not like they didn't try at all. It's just that they have been unsuccessful in doing so.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Patrick Wisdom. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
I mean, I remember that, Albert Pujols had that 10-year contract, but he just didn't. But unfortunately, he was Juan Soto. I mean, yeah, they've had talented guys come in, but they just haven't been able to gel as a team. And unfortunately, it's the lack of success that eludes them. So that's another frustrating thing, is even when they have tried building around him, they just can't get anything going. Monty Mole wearing birthday stuff. Well, I mean, I'll see what I can find. I can at least find a picture of Monty Mole. See if I can find a... But I mean, yeah, some players do focus on the money, and then they lose focus on winning championship rings. That it takes away from the team that paid them all that money. So that's also another reason to blame for that.
Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so
oh, and there's the Monty Mole plush.
Going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Oh my gosh, there's a plush. I found him. I can't even talk. I found a Monty Mole plush.
Now, number 18, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0 is laid off for ball 2.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
Swinging a blooper to the right side. Into the slide.
I mean, of course, there are some people that just play for money, which, okay, that's fair.
Back with more from game 1.
Anyway,
after this.
Wow, and but one thing you got to give credit to is it's Jamar who made that great catch that he just did.
Seventh inning ready to roll, and next it'll be the fleet-footed first base.
But yeah, they play for the money rather than the championship. I get it. You want to make money and you want to, make a living.
Here it comes.
Hey, he's been on point
Rod
from the
Carew.
start of this game.
Oh yeah, that's
Just
another.
pounding
Oh, that's
his own
right.
with a
I
high
remember
90s
he was
fastball.
with the
Almost looks like
Angels
he's gotten
in the
stronger as
'80s.
the game's gone on.
Outside for a ball.
And don't get me wrong, he was really good during his time with the Angels, but
He had a chance to run it to 0-2.
he wasn't as productive as he was when he was with the Minnesota Twins, though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
1-1 home. Strike two.
Swing and a miss. All right, I'm still looking for the. Okay, let's see.
The look on him is that he hits the way pitch pretty well, but he just saw 3 in a row out there.
Although sadly, I can't find a picture of Monty Mole with a with a little party hat.
And a perfect start to the seventh.
Oh.
This should be extra bases.
Let's see if I can find more.
Kick around in the corner. And
Nope,
he
nope,
will
nope.
pull into second with a leadoff double.
When you're struggling as a team to put the ball in play, every base hit is welcome, but a double will really help wake everyone up. That's just their 3rd hit of the game, but it's a good one.
Next up, Ryan McMahon, and his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
Let's see if somebody did that.
He comes set.
I found a
Here's
picture of
0-0
Bowser
pitch.
Jr. and Monty Mole.
Right, he's starting to loosen now in the bullpen.
Let's see.
Parks leads off second with nobody out. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0. Well, pitch count
Looks like I might have to
factored
make
in
a,
the seventh. He's about to hit 100 for the game.
Oh.
Yeah, Matty B, that magic number in today's game is about 100 pitches, and this next pitch will be pitch number 100. D-Row,
Or Monty Mole in front of a Mario Party logo or something. It is what it is. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Hey, Super Wario Gaming. I didn't even see you there. Hey, what's up, Wario Gaming? How you doing, man? All right, so 3-1 is the count.
It's 3-1.
A runner at second, nobody out in the seventh. And if Colorado is going to make a run, they got to make it now. 3-2. Although right now, Najee is still on fire. Doing good? Hey, I'm happy you're doing good, man. Well, even though Najee's over 102 pitches, the only thing he still has left is that shutout.
And this is swung on.
And he gets another strikeout.
They took care of a key
Oh, you found a
man
picture?
there. One away.
I always like watching pitches
I guess you'll have
that
to
after the
show it in a
fastball's
post or
built up.
something,
There's
then I
a
can
reason to start mixing
grab
it
it
up.
and then
He
put it
hasn't
in the,
needed many of the secondary
and then
pitches
save
so
it,
far
and then,
this one.
you know,
There
put
was
it in the
another good
thumbnail, which I
fastball
can
for
do
a
that.
strikeout there.
I wonder, what does Super Wario Gaming like when it comes to sports?
He'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
If he even watches sports. I don't know.
Right along into this one. This guy is continuing to pitch well, which is a little bit of a surprise because his first pitch strike ratio is still under 60%.
Fouled away. And he misses there. 1-2. And he lays off the
All right,
fastball
so
away.
I was just answering a DM really quickly. All right, so 2-2. Runner at second, one down,
From the belt, the pitch. High in the air.
And he
it's
pops it
shallow
up.
left center. Happ comes on and makes the catch.
and that's going to
Shallow
keep the
left
runner
for
at
out
second,
number
2 down.
Next, it'll be Elias Diaz, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. from the stretch. As he'll get out ahead of a changeup and swing through it for strike one.
The guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
All right, so 109 pitches is Najee. And this time, a base hit, and that might get in a run for Colorado. And Colorado is finally on the board, and now it is 4-1 Chicago Cubs. So now the Rockies have a run to their name, thanks to Diaz. Okay, so it's on your alt account. All right, so it's on the Monty Mole account. And welcome back to, well, of course, for the longest time we've known him as Frostbite.
Rockies center fielder looking at a 2-0 count now.
Now, I do know that the Cubs have relief pitchers warming up.
Got himself a 2-0
Go Cubs. All right. Well, the Cubs are ahead, but of course we all know a 3-run lead is never safe.
Can't connect there. It's 2-2.
Yeah, high on the pitch count, of course. So for the Cubs, they gotta get the setup guy and the closer ready. Oh, what a shot! And no, it does not go out. And well, and the runner thought about it, but decided to hold off on third base.
I don't think he got her just enough to put some backspin to get it out of here, but
yeah, just barely missed it. 36, wow, that's just overkill. But hey, congratulations, and I mean that sincerely. There, I mean that, I mean it like 36-0. That's insane. I mean that would be that would be impressive in football, but in baseball, that's insane. No, not points, runs. They call them runs for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I imagine you have a lot of big players there in Toronto. All right, not a problem there, Cherry.
So the lineup flips over and digging in, Raimel Tapia, who represents the potential tying run if he
it's all good there, Cherry.
Or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it. So he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
Had 190 RBIs in a season. That's insane. Wait, was it Babe Ruth? And 36 wins in a row. I mean, still 36 wins is insane. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the record 45 with the, 84 Tigers? The 84 Detroit Tigers, I mean. I can't talk.
A ball and a strike to Colorado's leadoff batter.
Wait, wait, so it wasn't Ruth? Huh.
Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. Second and third, 2 away.
Well, I might have to look that up, but I mean, I can believe it, just because, baseball has a long, rich history. Something that, like football is the second oldest, and then hockey, and then, believe it or not, basketball is the youngest of the four big sports. If it was 1930, it had to be after Ruth. Yeah, it had to have been after Ruth. But that's still pretty cool. Oh yeah, 116 wins for the Seattle Mariners. I mean, it's right up there with what happened to the Detroit Lions, I should say. Excuse me. after what happened in the previous season where they won 15 games, more than any team has ever won in the regular season, but yet all it took was one loss in the playoffs and it was over. I mean, that's a very dubious distinction to have so many wins in the regular season and yet have nothing to show for it, which is very sad. And yet we've seen teams that have had little wins to get in the playoffs, and yet they win it all. Like, I don't get that. You would think the best team would always win, but they don't. But then again, that's why you play the games. That's why you play the games.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
With how hard guys
No, I believe it. 124 losses, that's pretty terrible.
Not as impressive as it used to be.
That is terrible.
Professional hitters can catch up with that, so it's
And that's not in all caps. That's just facts.
More effective, and that's exactly
But
what he did right there.
Into the box now, number 62. Yes,
but like in any, but with any sport, when a team does win a championship, it all comes down to one thing, and that is they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. Nah, not really. I just wanted to say that.
We're in the 7th now.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, when you have talent like that, obviously you're gonna get 36 runs a game. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Conclude matters here in the 7th. Cubs are down in order as they hold on to a 4-1 lead.
I mean, we're talking about the game, but for some people, they just talk about practice. We're talking about practice, not the game.
1 for 3 thus far.
But no, we're talking about the playoffs. Playoffs? You want to talk about playoffs?
Their closer starts to get loose out there.
I just hope we can win a game. I mean, hello, you play to win the game.
Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
I mean, that's a classic case
and it was Hunter Hearst Helmsley who once said that you talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR. And I am the game, and I'm that damn good. Well, oh, you're gonna do the Rockies? Wait. Are you talking about your copy of MLB The Show, Frostbite? I'm trying to understand if that's what you're talking about. Anyway, a strikeout by Mike Wasson once again. All right, so Jamar Games is up now. And for Colorado, this is their second to last opportunity.
At least one across. You do not want to take on the monster closing the game down 3.
Oh, the game. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about that or the real life Twins. Because if you're talking about the real life Twins, totally understandable. Totally understandable. But at least the Twins can say they have won the World Series, because there's still some teams that have never won anything. All right, 2 down. And we have Rex Brothers. I never heard of this guy before. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Nah, not just kidding. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun with all these catchphrases and all that stuff, man.
They're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
First offering on its way as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one.
All right, cool.
And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
All right, so 2-0 is the count.
3-0 now.
George Springer. Obviously no relation to Jerry Springer, of course. But for Trevor, can he finish the story? Can he actually get a dang hit? Can he get a hit here?
Lifted down
Well, you almost did.
But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
So this is a bit. I guess you're doing a fantasy league or something. Understandable.
Like he was cheating a heater right there, a little bit too far out in front. Gotta find a way to keep his hands back.
Yeah, he's on the Blue Jays. I just remember his time on the Astros. You know, back in the day.
Punch out of the game. 1-2-3 go the Rockies, and this is still a 4-1.
And now it is still 4-1 in favor of the Cubs, and Trevor just cannot finish the story. But here's a guy that also would like to finish the story, and that man is Mr. P.
And now the first pitch.
Hits it away.
No balls and a strike to count. Unable to find the zone with the slider.
And then Mr. P. Oh! Well, that was. Let's see. Is that a hit or is that an error? That's an error on the third baseman. Man, what kind of play is that, man? Look at that. Practically Olayed it, really. All right, here we go. Yeah, it actually, you know what, Blizzard, I'm happy to tell you that we are going to do Mario Party this Saturday. Although if you are, or if you're watching this on the East Coast, it is already Saturday, so it'll be later today. I guess it depends on what part of the world you're living in, but it is going to be on Saturday. Now, obviously, if you're in the East Coast or something like that, it is already Saturday. I live on the West Coast, so technically it's still Friday. Yeah, you finished your story, but probably in the most unlikely way. Yeah, I live on the West Coast, Pacific Standard Time. It's 10:18 p.m. So yeah, technically for me it'll be tomorrow on Saturday.
The 1-1 taken, strike two.
Whereas Mr. P is on the East Coast.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Jeez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off
well,
speed.
Anyway, Horner swings and misses. TJ, will I be able to join as your partner in Super? Absolutely you can. And then, well, of course for Cherry, like one person that was about to join was Dakota, except Dakota's Joy-Con stopped working, and well, it's gonna have to get new ones. But I would say yes, you can be my partner or my tag team partner. And if that doesn't work out, at least we can play, standard Mario Party. But hopefully we'll find somebody who can play. But I don't think Cherry wants me. Well, hey, if Cherry doesn't like it, that's her fault. That's on her,
Nope. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
My switch if the time for the game is unexpected. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Blizzard, if you want to play. Actually, do you have the game?
That's a tough call for Blue right there. Either way you call it, somebody doesn't like it. But hey, that's the life of an umpire.
Anyway, ooh, nice hit, but oh, nice catch for that ball boy though.
going to be back to some serious
All right, cool.
teamwork if he can't put
Well,
that pitch
hey,
in play.
you know, it could be you and Cherry against me and AJ, because you know we are a tag team in many ways. Although AJ, I am also going to play some Jamboree after that, so if you want to wait until Jamboree to play, it's all cool.
But you're a former closer warming up when you see a 3-run lead, and then your offense.
So we can do that too.
You know that save situation.
Anyway, nice hit there by Duffy. Duffy with a nice hit and is on base. And here's Spike Ryan, who is 1 for 3 with a home run.
Save situation. You sit and watch 8 innings of baseball. You get up to warm up in the ninth.
We still have this and the next half inning.
Hey, I'm going to come in and get me a 3-out save. And
Oh,
all of a sudden you're
okay,
out
so
of
you
the
want to
game because
play
it's a 4-run
partner
lead.
party, but you're
Of course you
saying
think
that...
about it as a reliever.
So basically you're asking for two different, like, I know Cherry wants to play partner party and I know you want to play partner party. That means I have to play 2 partner parties in a row, which I can do that.
He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
I think Cherry wants certain people for a partner party. Well, basically you'll never, like AJ, I'll just tell you, you know, straight from the hip, until you actually ask Cherry herself, you don't know if that's actually true. Like, bro, I had a falling out with somebody, and until that person told me the truth, the fact is, I didn't know what the truth was. So it's one of those things, until you actually talk to that person, you'll never know. I'm just saying.
New inning set to get underway.
But I'll see what I can do as far as Cherry, and if it turns out she doesn't want you, then, well, at least we can say that, all right, we tried. We tried. She wanted Rob Gamer and Dakota. Although it turns out Dakota won't be able to play, so if Rob Gamer can show up, then I could see Cherry and Rob playing, or it could be you and Rob and then me and Cherry. Or however it works. I don't know. But yeah, Dakota did reach out to me and said that he wasn't able to play just because the Joy-Cons that he has don't work anymore. So we could be one short, and that's where you could come in. But who knows? We'll see what happens. I don't want to make any promises, but I'll do everything I can to, you know, make everybody else happy. I just, you know, at the very least, I will do that. I will let her know. I will let her know.
Here comes the 1-2.
Swing and a miss. All right. So now, before I go any further, for Colorado, they need to score 4 runs in this half inning or more. If they do, we'll go to a bottom of the 9th. But anything short of that, and the Cubs will win Game 1 of this division series against Colorado.
To the plate now, number 9. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's
all right.
0-1.
But no, I'll let her know.
0 for 3 in the game so far. 0-1, here it comes. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening. Last strike now for Colorado.
All right, so 0-2, too low.
That's in the dirt for a ball.
Well, that's a pitch right there you gotta just lay off. There's a good chance he's going to throw it on 0-2. And if you can recognize it starting down in the zone, you know it's only going to go down from there.
Fastball
Too low and a bit too outside.
Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Here's a little chopper to the right side.
If you change your look, well, anyway, nice play, and The Cubs get it. So 1-0 in a best of 3 for the Cubs. Game 2, of course, will take place in Colorado, and we'll see if the Rockies can fight back. But as it stands, the Cubs lead 1-0. I don't think it'll be an issue. I hope we'll see what we can do.
Look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1 the final score. Chicago jump out to a 1-0 series lead. Number 6 gets the W on the mound. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Flezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
All right. Well, congratulations to the Cubs. And although Diaz was successful in getting the 1 run, it was not enough. And you also have to give it to the Cubs for getting their timely hits and for making the plays that they needed to make in order to get the first game of this best of 3 series. But there's still 2 other series that have yet to start. Player of the game, of course, goes to Najee. Well, Carroll, you still got 1 more game, at least. Unless Colorado wins. Or if Colorado wins, then we'll have a 3rd game.
Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Of course, Spike Ryan has that home run, as does Nico Horner. Those were just the guys that put together some of the best hits of the game here. But now we have to move on. All right, so really quickly, I'm gonna edit Mr. P's character and then call it a night. Maybe even talk to AJ a little bit, just because. Anyway. Okay, so let me go to. So, of course, Mr. P's character was done in a bit of a rush, but it was just to get it ready, or just to get the player ready, but so what is the, so is it the height, or is it the weight, or is it the facial hair, or the hair itself, you know? Like, is he too tall, or is he too, or does he weigh too much, or, you know, things of that nature. Or is the shape off, or, you know, or maybe is it the hair? I don't know. Oh, dreads and a beard. Oh, it's the hair. Okay. Let's see. Where's the dreads? Oh, it's right here. The dreads. Okay, let me make it a little bit dark. There we go. And a beard. Oh, and sunglasses. All right. Let's see, what kind of beard? Like something like black hair to me. Okay, so we have this scruffy goatee, which this kind of reminds me of Barry White back in the day, because he had this kind of beard when he was on the up and up. First one was fine. Wait, so the first one is fine, but you wanted to add more to it. Yeah, because this is what the first one looks like. But no, you can add more facial hair to it than that. Excuse me. Oh, a full beard. Oh, the one I had? Oh. This one. This one. And I could always adjust the length. Like, you have stubble, then you have medium, and then of course you can go full James Harden if you wanted. But yeah, this is a full James Harden goatee beard. This one's a little bit more clean up. And then this is one that's just growing out. It's good to have options, though. Okay, need team arm sleeves. That's fine, but I just want to make sure I got the beard right. I don't want to have to come back and do this again. No offense. Beard is great. All right, cool. All right. All right, so let me go over to equipment and okay, so team arm sleeves. Let's see. That would probably be sleeves and tape. Okay. All right, let me take the tape off. Let's see, compression sleeves. Oh, okay. Oh, there's the arm sleeves right there. So, do you want one on the left, one on the right, or on both arms? Because I can do that. Or because I can do that. I can do that for you. So yeah. Both arms? All right, cool. All right, so here, well, they only have 9 options here. I mean, of course, you have in gloves. So, of course, you have the style 1, which is, of course, just the what's the word? The generic style. But then, of course, you have Evo Shield. Then you have the 44 Pro. Then you have the Adidas. Adidas looks good. Then you have the G Form. Or the Lizard Skins. These are just the... Then, of course, you have the Mariucci. Or the Nike. Or the Under Armour. So those are the types that they give you. Nike? All right, Nike's cool. And then, well, and then of course, what's the main color for this one? And then I think you asked for gloves and sunglasses or something. Oh, team color? I guess we'll go with the 1. Okay. Oh, okay, so you had eyewear, but it was only when you were fielding. So I take it you want to wear glasses for on the field and while you're batting, I imagine. But yeah, I had glasses for when you were fielding. Um, but yeah, you could tell me if you want it for fielding or for for both fielding and batting. And then of course there's other glasses that you can pick from. Both? All right, both. Okay, so you have some generic eyewear. But of course, most of these, like the first one is prescription, but then the other ones, well, actually, this one is prescription too, if you want to wear prescription. But most of the other ones, like, here's style 4 if you want to have some swag. Okay, so you have some generics, and then you have Oakley. And then you have Dinger. Oakley's fine? Alright. Okay, so then there's the M2 Frame XL, the Flak 2.0 XL, or the Radar EV pitch. So there's 3 of them. Second one? Alright, second one will be, see, frame. Oh, that's the, you know what? I'll put the color of the frame and then make the lens. There we go. Okay, that looks good. All right, cool. I was just picking the best possible colors that you can do. No, not necessarily. RBI baseball is kind of like more. It's more arcadey than it is simulation, you know. But it is a good alternative, and I thought about getting it, but I didn't. Anyway, what was the other one that you asked for? Oh, gloves. Gloves. Let's see. So, yeah, I actually gave you gloves for... Let me give you both gloves. But yeah, I gave you these ones already. The Franklin Pro Classic. I got you that. But I'll give you 2 gloves instead of just 1. But let me see. Do you have gloves for when you're... Well, I mean, of course you have a glove for when you catch the ball. And it's fine. But I gave you some batting gloves. Hopefully you like those ones. The Franklin Pro Classic, unless you want to pick something other than Franklin, which you're more than welcome to pick. Just let me know. So you have Franklin. Oh, and then there's also a special Mother's Day edition of Franklin, or Father's Day if you want that. Oh, and then there's the Franklin All-Star 2021. Very interesting. Then 44 Pro. Then there's Adidas. Then there's the B55 Midnight Series. Okay. Dinger. Then you have Easton with the Stars and Stripes. In fact, you have a couple of Eastons. Then you have an Evo Shield. And then there's Jordan, if you want Jordan, Mr. P. Or the Lizard Skins. They have several Lizard Skins. Or the Louisville Slugger. Or Mariucci. Or Mizuno. Yep, Mizuno's also there. Oh, the Jordans? All right. Well, there's only one set of Jordans, so you get those. And they're in your team, and they're in the team colors. So if you ever end up on another team, it'll be in the team color. So there you go. Jordans for shoes. Oh, okay. Let me see. Jordans. Jordans. Let's see if they even have them. But just know that they're in the team color. So whatever team colors you have, that's what you have. Oh, okay. Here we go. So we got the Jordan 10 Retro. Oh, well, it's the Jordan 10 Retro MCS, as well as its low variation. The Jordan 10 Retro Metal. The Jordan 1 Retro Metal. Okay, so there's only 4 shoes you have from Jordan. So you have the Jordan 1 Retro Metal. The 10 Retro Metal. The 10 Retro MCS, or the 10 Retro MCS Low. So yeah, they have 4 options there. The 4th one? I think you mean the retro, the Jordan Retro 1, right? These are good looking shoes, though. I'm not going to lie. All right, you got it. And again, colors are based on the team color. That's all that is. All right, well, that does look good. What other jersey number? Well, I have you at 64, but basically, well, tell me what your preferred number is, and then it's based on what team you end up with. Now, of course, 42 is one of those numbers that is retired league-wide, in that Jackie Robinson retired it, but 17? All right, I can get you 17. But yeah, unless there's another player that's using the number 17, then you simply just get a number that is closest to the number that is preferred. That's how this game works. So if, say, another person has 17 and then there's another person that has 18, but the closest number is 16, well, then that's what you get. You get 16. But 17, I don't see. I don't. There aren't too many players I know of that have the number 17, so that shouldn't be a problem. At least I don't think it does. Let's see. I know that you're in. I'll put you in Maryland. There we go. I know I know at least you live on the East Coast, so that's where. Okay. Oh, Florida. I'm sorry. Florida. Okay. There we go. I think that should do it. Absolutely. All right, there we go. So before long, I will save it before I end off the show. Or shut down the PlayStation 4. But in any event, that should do it. I will save off camera, but aside from that, I want to wish you guys a good night, and well, I'm happy that you do appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that too. I'm happy that you appreciate it. So I mean, of course you have yep, that's true. You did play well, and you were there to help your team out. Very awesome there. All right, so until then, I'll see you later on for some of you in the East Coast, but for those on the West Coast and in Mountain Time, I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a good night, everybody. do stay safe and do take care, everybody. Have a good one. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. And congratulations to your team.